Hello. Hey. Good evening. What's up, Lala? Yeah, I'm in Eastern time, girl, so I don't know what time you're in. But yeah, sorry about the time. I'm not good with those time changes too. What up, my main mob wifey? Je t'aime, Olivia. Oh, we speak French, if you did not know. Oui, oui. No, me and her both took French in high school, and we were talking about it, and I'm like, I only remember, like, basically nothing, and she remembered more than me, and then when we started talking about it, I did actually remember a little bit more, but I'm so cornbread, like, I talk so freaking cornbread and country that, like, my... oh my gosh, I'm already snorting. It's gonna be a night. But my French is a little pathetic. So who. It's late AF, so I don't know if anybody's really even gonna get in here. I wanna see what's going on. Oh, yes. All right. So if you know what pamplemousse, I can't even say it with a French accent and all. When she sent me that, it means a grapefruit, but I said pantaloon because for some reason the word pants is like the number one word I remember. So I read it as like pantaloon, and then I was like, no, wait, okay, so if pantaloon is pants, then what is that? And I was thinking maybe it's some sort of shirt or blouse, and it's a grapefruit. Oh my god. But I was telling her when I try to say like j'adore, j'aime, because I like Jatam, like whole country. I'm like, oh Lord, that's all. All right, so where the hell is Stacy? In reality, and all of my friends, Casto, anyone? Oh my gosh, CH was in my comment on my replay. So glad they're gonna be coming back. Love CH. Where's our girl Brooke Amber? Like, come on, come on. I don't think people are getting notifications from me since after I got canceled. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, where is she? Reality. Anywho, I'm going to post the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up and talk tonight. It will be there. And I can star the comment. Why can't I pin it? Hmm. 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 I don't know. So, anyways, I don't know where everybody is, but I want to talk about. I always got a smorgasbord of things to discuss. I would like to talk about Lauren the Mortician, and Janet, her unhinged lawyer. I thought that Runkle the Bailey did the best picture of Janet right here. Like, is that not the best flipping picture ever? So yeah, loved that. We're gonna actually do like a brief recap if people get in here. I want to know about the Bunny Janet shiz too. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do a brief recap from the beginning, just like a cliff notes. But yeah, I will go over that. I'm gonna talk about how she got officially canceled, everything that went down with Kitty, the wellness check, because it all started out with the guy with the strollers that she was being a turf to. Then we're gonna talk about the lawsuit against Kitty, Becca, and then Jesse and Lily from Do We Know Them podcast, which is an amazing podcast. And then Bunny. Oh no, I'm already yawning. And then Bunny. And then what happened just now with oh, I love them so much. And then we're gonna talk about um what happened today. So there's a major update today that makes Janet look even more like Janet's dumb self because she didn't even file the lawsuit properly. And it's because they think she's trying to lie. So that should be interesting. Then I've got to talk about Casey Anthony's parents put out a documentary. Have you watched that? Oh my God. Okay, so they did pass lie detector tests about like the main questions if they were involved. Okay, I gotta drink a Monster. I'm gonna do this because I can't quit yawning. So, they did pass a lie detector test, but I'm not sure if I believe in them. I don't think I believe in them. I don't know. I will always think that Casey Anthony's dad um had more to do with it than will ever be exposed. So, oh my gosh, Shannon, I can't quit yawning. Okay, so yeah, I just will always believe that the dad had more to do with it. So, did you see they asked Gypsy to host the reunion of Bad Girls Club? I saw. Oh my gosh, I'm opening a Monster right now. I am so sorry. I cannot quit yawning. I promise I will rejuvenate myself shortly. I saw that there was a little article or maybe a YouTube video about this. I did not watch it. Did you see the one? She said no. Okay, good. But did you see where they're already trying to cancel her, like completely cancel her? I saw a YouTube video about that. I'm like, what? I gotta get it together. What in the actual hell? They're already trying to cancel Gypsy. Like, they need to chill out. Like, chill out. Okay? Ugh. Anywho. If you're just now getting on here, go backwards and put me on 2 times speed because I talk slow. And I'll give you just a brief recap of what we are going to talk about tonight. Okay, just open my Monster. I'm gonna start chugging it, but I want to see if I can show y'all real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna walk outside. Let's see. So we're supposed to get a lot of snow tonight. They sent Keelan home with NTI at work. He's only went to school one day this whole week. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, you don't want to see my ugly face. How do I turn it around? Oh, Lord. Okay, well, I don't know if you can see because it's dark, but we do have snow still left on the ground, and I don't know if you can see because it's so dark, but there is ice already on the road. So that's lovely. That's what it usually does here in Kentucky now. It doesn't snow anymore that much, or it hasn't in past years. We just get ice. Like, ice. Ice, baby. I don't know why that just popped in my head. Okay. So, oh, yes, they're trying to push her out. They're so mad. She's getting publicity. is now saying she's guilty as well. I don't know any of the Janet stuff, so I'm really excited. Yes, boo. Okay. So, um, let's see. So this is a screenshot that um who sent me this? Stacy. Okay. So I muted the yawn because it was an aggressive yawn. You know, like, people need to mute to toot mute. Why do I always say it like that? Mute to toot. We'll have to mute to yawn because it was so aggressive. Okay. This is one of the. Oh, I found my spectacles. Hold on. I gotta put them bitches on because your bitch is blind. Oh, uh, Shan, I finally ordered my glasses, so I can't wait for them to come in, and hopefully my prescription. Sorry, couldn't mute that one. It wasn't as aggressive, but hopefully my prescription that I did on myself from an app works because my stigmatism is fucking with me. Okay. So we are, if I get some more people on here, I'm going to go more into it. But right now, this is what I'm going to tell you. Lauren the Mortician has a TikTok, okay, and she would get on and talk about child safety things, is where she kind of took off. But she's not a child safety expert. She's a fucking mortician, okay? So then, like, a couple pediatricians and a child safety expert person who is like certified in the United States and Canada and everywhere, like a really knowledgeable person, got on and was basically just like, "Hey girl, this is not correct information. You're not certified in this. Please don't spread false information." And was just telling her, like, in a very polite, nice way, to not be spreading false shit online. And then she has to, of course, overreact, talk terrible about him because he's a gay man who does not have children, and that he is basically not qualified to talk about it because she's a fucking mother. Okay, do what? He's certified. He's a professional. So, like, if your surgeon had never, like, had a appendix rupture and have it removed, can they not remove your appendix? Like, what? That was a terrible analogy. Okay, just ignore that. But I'm still tired. I'm taking my monster right now. Give me a minute. But anywho, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have children to be certified and know what you're talking about. So this on the screen now. Hold on, let me grab my glasses super, super quick. Okay. So this on the screen now was her response back after he was very polite and just said, basically, don't spread misinformation. And she says, honest question, would you take a baby product advice from a man who has no children, has 12 to 15 strollers inside their living room, also attempts to give a baby uh wearing baby carrier product recommendations, car seat recs, and high chair recommendations to actual mothers? Just wondering. Hypothetically, and God, y'all, I got my glasses on and I can still barely see this. Your girl is so blind. I'm so sorry. So anyways, I really cannot see the rest of it because I'm waiting on my new glasses, but you all should be able to read it on the screen. So yeah, so she's basically a bitch and saying that she would never take child advice from him because he's a gay man without kids. So that, of course, causes um chaos on TikTok. So there is a woman named Kitty. Her she's funny. She has like a dark humor. She's kind of like into, spirituality and crystals, but she talks about like dead people and like how to keep men away from her by like eating blood and organs, but it's like all parody and satire. So she kind of calls out Lauren, the mortician, for, gay shaming. Lauren gets this man's entire TikTok taken down, his entire fucking page taken down. And Kitty kind of starts looking into her on Instagram. She finds out that on Instagram, Lauren the mortician is liking very right-sided, right-winged people, which, you can be whatever side you want. But she was liking, I guess, and sharing posts that were very anti-trans, and different things like that. So she calls her out on this. At this point, Lauren flips out. Okay, that's when Janet gets involved. So Janet is the lady that is the lawyer. Her real name is Jeanette Braun, but the girlies, decided to name her Janet. So the girlies is in reference to Do We Know Them podcast, and Becca Day and Caffeinated Kitty, who are all being sued by Lauren the Mortician and Janet. So the girlies cover this, and Caffeinated Kitty calls her out. And the reason that Bunny is wrapped up in all of this is because Bunny was originally represented by Janet. Okay, so Janet, to my knowledge, represents and or has represented Bunny, Mama Tot, Dempsey, Lauren the Mortician, and I can't remember the rest. But anywho, so Bunny refers Lauren to Janet when Bunny has her on her podcast, okay? Also, Bunny has edited her podcast since, where they were dogging out this. Well, Lauren was telling the story about all of this with the child safety expert in her way, and making it look like she didn't do anything wrong. I don't think Bunny knew left from right and hadn't really looked into it, so was just taking her word and agreeing with her. Thus, all the facts come out, and now it's been edited that part out. But there are still pieces of it on the internet, of course, because the internet is forever. So, I love Bunny so very much from the bottom of my heart and soul, her and Jelly Roll. So yes, there's that. Then, then the Do We Know Them people cover the lawsuit. And shit goes south from there. Janet sues them, Caffeinated Kitty, and Becca Day. Oh, hold on. I got to back up for 1 second, okay? So, Caffeinated Kitty has a thing where her people tag her and say Beetlejuice, and she will like talk about stuff. Well, apparently that is the same thing that Lauren the Mortician's people would do. So I think that's initially why Caffeinated Kitty even had Lauren on her radar, was to address that and let people know that that is not, they're two separate people. So then, Becca Day is also a TikToker, and she had covered all of this too. That's how she's involved. Well, Lauren is represented by Janet. They go in and copyright strike everything under the sun. Okay. Oh, hi, Sasha. Hey, Lala. And that's the kind of parody you want your mortician to be making. uh, so, okay, where was I at? ADHD. I can't go to the comments. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just talk for a minute and then I'll go back to them. So then, fucking Doug. Oh, yeah. So they're copyright striking everyone. and they get a bunch of people's stuff taken down. Like I said, his entire page was removed, and they just wreak havoc. So then the do we know them people get a huge copyright strike for absolute bullshit on their podcast, and then they cover it and cover her copyright striking, and what she's doing is not right. There is the fair use, there's freedom of speech, there's all this we have here. Yeah, and what they were doing, none of it is wrong. It is not abusing copyright. They were doing legit commentary, and just because someone is giving commentary that you do not like does not make it copyright, okay? Now, there are certain platforms where you can copyright things because, like, okay, so I have StreamYard. I pay for this service. If someone were to steal my clip, use it without adding to it, okay, making it into actual commentary, then I can copyright strike that. Okay, so then I'm not going to go over all the boring laws. Next, what happens is they do a wellness check, okay? They send in a wellness check on Caffeinated Kitty saying that she is deranged. Actually, you know what? Do y'all want to listen to it on TikTok? Because it's pretty fucked up, for real. Where the hell is Stacy? She's supposed to be on here with me. Welcome if you're just now coming in. Say hello, do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe. But yeah, do you want to watch? You want to watch it? Okay. You want to take a field trip? Oh my gosh, we haven't got to hear the field trip thing in a long time. Hold on. You say that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes. My bad. Are you there? I was trying to do the field trip thing and switch to my laptop, but like I do every day, I need to get a new laptop. So yeah, I didn't do the switch because it was dead. So I can usually pull it off in the field trip sometime. Not today. So I am switching over to it now. But yes, this is wild. So basically, they completely lied on the wellness check. Tried to say they didn't even call the wellness check in. Um, and they are stupid and didn't know that it was public. Okay. So then people are playing the wellness check. Oh, who would have thought? Okay, we're gonna try field trip time, part 2. You say that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes. I don't think it worked that time either. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, we're going to go to the Tiki Talkie. And what happened? Okay. Let me share my screen. Oh, you might be hearing Michaela in the background. Okay. Okie doke. Let me share my screen real quick. Oh, there you are. There you are, Stace. Yeah, hold on a second. I was wondering where you were. Let me put it in the chat. Okay, there you go. So I've been live. I don't even know how long, probably 30 minutes. But we are getting ready to show the wellness check proof that they did on Kitty. On TikTok right now. I'm getting ready to share my screen. Hold on.
I was calling to ask for a wellness check on someone.
Okay.
I've tried to stay out of this.
Uh-oh.
I see.
This ain't just the...
Oh,
I don't want this lady's commentary on it. Hold on. Let's see. Hello, Stacy.
Hey, mamas. How's it going?
Good. I was thinking you may have passed out on me.
No, I was texting you and I was like, where is she? I haven't heard back from her. And I was like looking at different videos trying to find little clips of things I wanted to include, and I wasn't hearing back. So I was actually thinking you passed out on me. So
Oh, no.
yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so I am trying to... I just played that from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see... is there a way you can look at, like, your history of what you're watching on TikTok?
What are you looking for?
Like, your history, like what I was just watching, you know?
No, I meant like what video specifically are you like looking for?
The one, well, maybe I can just type in caffeinated kitty.
Yeah.
I did not spell her name right, but it's okay. It's still pop up. Okay, so let's see, because I wanted to play the, okay, here it is, the calls. All right.
Mm-hmm.
A sizable content creator on this app, Lauren the Mortician, has hopped up and admitted to calling in a wellness check on me. A good day to you. My name is Kitty and I'm a villain life coach coming at you live from inside my coffin to discuss those calls. Because what's so fascinating to me is she's hopped up here and claims that the reason she did it was out of a genuine concern for my mental state, my well-being, and my life. Because I was talking about drinking blood to survive and eating organs and doing demonic things. Now, keep in mind that a literal simple Google search of my name would pull up several different types of articles that all give significantly easy to find context on why that might be something we discuss on this very macabre and satirical page that I run here. But also, what I find the most fascinating is that the call and the reasoning are, entirely different. What she told the police does not have anything to do with blood, organs, or any of the like.
Okay, so I just want to say real quick, I think she's hilarious and super cute, first of all. And
Yeah.
she wants to report herself anonymously. She laughs during it. Like, there's so many things in this call from Lauren that we'll go over afterwards, but it's fucking appalling.
Yeah, I love Kitty because like she's very campy. Like she definitely has like she plays up different parts of her personality and stuff, like the whole villain life coach thing and saying like instead of thank God, thank Baphomet, little things like that. I just love how she like leans into her character that she's created so much. I think it's like really cute and I just since I just got here, did you like kind of like go over like who Lauren is and stuff and a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit? Okay,
I
okay,
went
I
all over
figured. I was
Lauren,
just
how
curious.
it started with the car safety man.
Oh yeah.
And I went over like the do we know them, but we're gonna go back to that and the
Oh okay.
lawsuit and like yeah, I went over a lot. Yeah.
Okay. I was just
But
wondering
yeah,
what we talked about so far. So I
yeah,
wasn't like
no,
repeating stuff you already talked about.
yeah, no, I talked about, but I did like a very cliff notey version, you know. So
Yeah.
after we watch
Yeah.
these, we'll like delve into it more, okay?
That's cool.
All right, I'm gonna play this one. TikTok is not as finicky. I can play it. I don't have to worry about exactly 3 minutes stopping it. Okay, so this is 7 minutes long. I'll probably just stop it like one more time. Okay.
Okay.
As an unfriendly reminder that this video is for the purposes of commentary, critique, parody, review, satire, and a recitation of the facts to clear up any discrepancies in a situation. And remember that don't go give these creators any form of hate, harassment, or the other thing, because all that will translate to is more cheese for the shit cootery board that they have made here. And I'm more of a meat girly myself. You know, I do like prosciutto, so that is why I like to provide hard evidence. Also, before we show off these calls, keep in mind that me whistleblowing does cost me some IRL fees and such to make sure I'm legally protected against actions, and if you would feel so inclined to join me in my spiteful crusade to make sure this information is out there, you can do so on my Spiteful Fund page, which also gets any of the fun details and updates first. Or you can always send me a $6.66 donation to my villainous Venmo. It does go a long way. So those devilish donations aside, only do so if you are actually in like a good place to do so. Like never send somebody anything on the internet if you're not like good, okay? What I find interesting about the calls you're about to hear is the fact that they never actually specifically quote me. They don't say what this blackmail, extortion, and erratic, irrational behavior was. They don't get specific. They keep it relatively vague. And it should also be noted that I made it abundantly clear that I was ensuring that I had legal protection before I whistle blew what I considered to be an abuse of the copyright strike system by a larger creator who had seemingly, allegedly, hired an attorney to do this type of work for her to, in my opinion, get rid of any form of negative feedback, no matter how benign, how constructive, etc. it may be. And we will discuss later why I personally think that that is an incredibly dangerous precedent to set, especially in the case of potential groomers and abusers down the line. Not in their case, but specifically that is a very dangerous precedent for that kind of reasoning. However, here are the calls. Enjoy. As above, so below. Glad to have you at the shit show.
Hello, my name is Jeanette Braun. I'm an attorney, a federal attorney out of Illinois, and I'm actually calling in a wellness check for. She's acting irrational and posting really wild things online. It really looks like she's having a mental crisis and needs some help. I'm wondering if you would go do a wellness check on her and make sure she hasn't harmed herself, or
I need an address.
do something more. Sure, the address is, I have it. Coming now. I have to pull it up.
And what's her name?
Her name is
She black, white, or Hispanic?
White with short.
Do you have a date of birth on her?
It is February. She's old. It's February. I don't know the date. Whatever is a good one. 19.
And what exactly is she posting?
She is posting on her TikTok under Caffeinated Kitty, CAFFINATED and her Reddit account.
I just need to know what she's posting. I don't need the usernames.
She
I'm sorry, but I love the dispatcher saying, I just need to know what she's posting. I don't need the usernames. Like, bitch, we're not gonna go stalk her shit. Like, is this real or not? That cracks me up. Oh, fuck. Am I having Wi-Fi trouble? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. I was actually having trouble unmuting myself because I was like washing dishes and my hands were kind of like soggy still. But I know I love how like in both calls you can tell that the operators are just so over both of them. They do not take them seriously at all. You know,
Oh my
they're
God. Sorry,
it's so
Shannon
funny.
said that's JK calling the Reddit police on us. I swear to God, I love when they're like, she's on Reddit. Lauren does it so much funnier.
Mhm.
They're like,
Yeah.
is being on Reddit a motherfucking crime? Like, what?
Oh my gosh, do you remember Jessie Slaughter? Do you remember that girl? She was getting like a lot of like hate when she was really young on the internet, and her dad came up behind her while she was filming a video and was like, "We contacted the cyber police. We backtraced it. You done goofed." Like it just reminds me of that situation.
That's
swear to God, it's so funny. It's like they act like being on Reddit is an actual felony offense.
Right. Imagine calling the police to someone's house and when they ask why, she's on Reddit talking about people. Like, oh God. And it's funny.
Can you see the chat? Because Shannon's cracking me up. I'm gonna make a brain slushy.
Bring, oh, I know. I forgot about that. That's so funny. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. But when Burner was going on his little tangent about, I'm going to get all your IP addresses, it just reminded me of the dad from Jesse Slaughter. We done backtraced it. You done goofed. It's just so
I know.
ridiculous.
That's Burner. You done goofed.
Diamond Eyes. Wow, that's some old MySpace stuff. I know. That's like ancient. Back in the MySpace days, the good old MySpace days.
Oh, God. I
But
know. You know,
yeah,
me and Shannon. So, you know, Diamond Eyes is Shannon when I'm talking about Shannon.
yeah.
But I just want to make sure people know that because I cannot call her that. I'm sorry. I dox her and it just is what it is. So,
I'm terrible with names, so I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. I just feel like I confuse everyone else. But
Mhm.
me and her were both emo kids. Okay, so our
Me
MySpace was
too.
fucking lit, bruh. Like
Yeah,
you were an emo too. We knew we liked you,
yeah.
Stacy.
I was actually a scene queen. Like I was 16, and I always hung out like with older kids at shows. And there was actually a group of us. We called ourselves the scene queens, and we would like hand out flyers to promote like different shows coming up and stuff. So yeah, definitely.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, we'll get on that tangent
Yeah.
in a little bit. Let's finish this call though from Janet,
All
and then I'm
right.
gonna pause it again before Lawrence.
Okay.
Blackmailing people. She is going, she's extremely irrational, posting content to threaten others. It looks like almost extortion. I received an email from her on Saturday that was full of blackmail and extortion. And I'm going to submit that to the FBI, but now she's posting online. And she really seems to be having a mental crisis.
Is this a relative of yours or
No, not a relative.
what's your name?
Jeanette, Jeanette. And my last name is Braun, Braun. And I'm an Illinois barred attorney. I think I have an obligation to report when I see erratic behavior as an officer of the court, and this is extremely erratic.
All right, we'll get someone out there to check on her.
Let me get you her apartment number. I have it. I gotta pull it up. I don't have the apartment number. She's on the floor. She was born in February.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the very end of this, but this where she puts sweet Satan. Why don't you tell them about the black marks on my
I know. I know. I can't with the projection because freaking Janet, she was saying how Kitty was like stalking and harassing her and Lauren, and it's like you literally know what floor she lives on. You know her real name, her birthday. Like I highly doubt she knew any of that stuff about you. So it's just like the projection for me. You know, it's
Oh my gosh.
crazy. And then I love she's so damn fake how she's like, I'm a mandated reporter, so I think I have an obligation to report it. Like it's so we see right through you, Janet. You're so fucking fake.
I know, and they always ask, "Are you related to this person?" And they're like, "No," and they're like, and then with Lauren, they're like, "Do you know her?" And she's like, "Well, online." Like, bitch, no, you
Yeah.
don't know her. Lauren's is so much
Oh my
funnier,
god.
like so
I
much
know.
funnier.
If any of you haven't heard Lauren's, like, I cannot wait for you to hear it because it's way stupider, and you like the operator sounds way more annoyed with her than Janet. So I'm excited if you
I'm
haven't
gonna
heard
try really
hers
hard
yet.
not to stop it a bunch during hers, but it's so fucking funny. Okay, so this is the very end. So Lawrence is gonna play now.
She's on the floor of the apartment building. Short purple hair, thin, white, and I think she really needs some help.
All right, we'll get someone out there to check on her.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good Sunday.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Place and fire.
Hi, I was calling. I was calling to ask for a wellness check on someone.
Okay, what's the address?
It is
And what's your name?
I'd like to remain anonymous if I could. I know that's awkward, but this girl is just spiraling.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me something. What's the relationship?
Um, so she has a presence online, and she is blackmailing people online. She is threatening people. She's on Reddit. She's on TikTok. She's acting erratically. Her comments online are wild. I think this girl is literally. Her name is.
Do you have her date of birth?
I don't, but I know she was born in February. I don't know the day.
Okay, and what has she been doing online?
She is leaving comments, threatening people, blackmailing people. She's on Reddit, trying to gather people together to go after people. She's
Are
just
these
acting.
people you or someone you know?
No, somebody I know online.
Okay.
Yeah, she's acting irrational, erratic. And honestly, I just wonder if her mental health is okay. Like, so she isn't going to harm herself or other people, because this.
Did she mention anything about harming herself?
No.
Okay.
But
that moment right there for me when she's like, did she mention harming herself? And she's like, I felt like she was gonna lie.
That's what I was thinking too. Like she took so long to answer, and I felt like uh she was like trying to think of some way to divvy around it and be like, well, she sort of implied it, and or I figured she was going to go that route, like like a non-answer type answer. So I was shocked when she outright answered it. I was like, well, no, because I mean, like that would be the only reason they would really take someone in, if they think they're a threat to themselves or someone else. Because just having a mental health crisis is not enough for someone to take you in. You have to be a threat to yourself or someone else. They have to have a reason to believe that. And she just outright admitted right there that there was no reason for her to believe that Kitty was a threat to herself or anyone else. So like they should have just hung up right then and there. But I understand they have to like look into like every report, you know.
You can
So
just tell how this lady's like aggravated. Like, are you for real?
I know she almost sounds like her mom, like and like she's like getting like bullied by someone at school or something, and she's kind of like I don't know, like what's going on, She just sounds like so over it, It's
Yeah,
so
Shannon
funny.
said she was definitely thinking about lying. Absolutely,
Oh
100%
yeah.
agree. Okay, so I think the next part though is like my favorite part. Oh, hold on. Who was doing the call? I'm so late. Do I need to catch up? Yeah, go back and 2 times me real quick, because if you don't know about Lauren the Mortician and all of this, you need to get caught up. And
Hey
welcome
Kira.
and Babyface. What up? Okay, I'm caught up 2 times. LOL. These these bitches be crazy. Oh my god, I know they are crazy, and I'm so
And
glad you called live, Babyface, and you're in here. Welcome, missed you, and
hey
yes, here we'll
babyface.
see you back soon. We will see you soon.
It's crazy to think that all this stems simply from Kitty just trying to differentiate herself from Lauren the Mortician and talking about how she doesn't agree with content she was liking online. Because that's truly where this all stemmed from. It's so crazy to think that all of this stemmed just from that, basically. Like a commentary video, someone simply wanting to distance themselves from another creator because, Kitty and Lauren the Mortician, they both had the Beetlejuice thing, and it's just, I don't know, it's just wild to think all that came from this. all this came from that, you know?
I told the Beetlejuice stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this out. I'm not gonna pause it again. I promise. Oh yeah, it's only like 25 more seconds, and then there's a
Yeah.
part 2, I believe.
At this, I mean, this is just not like her normal stuff at all to be posting.
So you actually know her.
From online.
Okay, but you don't know her personally. You just know her online.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you don't want to leave your name.
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
A sizable content creator on this app, Lauren the Mortician, has hopped up and admitted.
Is it just me or was that lady? Did she sound like she was about to burst out laughing at the end? She's like
I
the.
swear to God. I swear to God. Oh, hey, I have to mute it real quick. I'll be one second. You turned your camera on by accident.
Oh shit!
I did it earlier. I was trying to show the snow.
Oh, how long has that been on? Oh my god!
Showed your shirt for 1 second and then your face for 1 second. It was like, because
Oh my god!
I immediately unmuted you, but I have to mute myself again. Do you know how to
Oh
turn
my
it
god!
off?
Yeah, I look like butt right now. I'm like have
No,
no makeup
I
on
did it
and
at
I'm
the
sick.
beginning. I did it to myself at the beginning. I know, and I'm in my
Oh my
pajamas that
god!
look like death, but it's just part of life.
Yeah,
What are
I
you
was
looking at?
literally
Okay, I'll be right back. You're supposed to be talking to people while I'm muted.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll be right back.
Uh, let's see. Do you know her? No. Oh yeah. I know that was the best part. Like, do you know her? No. I just know her from online. Yes, that dispatcher was about to die laughing. That's what I thought. It sounded like she was about to like crack up at the very end. And I love how the call ended immediately after that. Like she was like, okay, yeah, there's nothing to see here. Carrying on. So do you guys like have you been following the drama like or are you new to it or have you kind of been casually like keeping up with it or
Okay, I'm back. I wanted to, sorry, I had to talk in the background, but I also was looking at Kitty's. Was there another video from Kitty you wanted me to show?
let me see. I know I sent you the 911 calls and let me see. I think I sent another one. Oh, I think it was just the initial video where she mentions that she had a wellness check done on her, like by Lauren the Mortician and her crazy lawyer and stuff. That was the other one I think I sent to you, but I mean, there's no point in watching it since we already looked at the 911 calls and stuff. So, I
Okay,
mean, unless you want to go back, it's up to you. But yeah.
I was just gonna type in Lauren the Mortician real quick and look at her
Mhm.
TikTok page for a second. Okay, so basically though, this is what they need to know about next. We need to talk about the file. Okay, so after the wellness check and then them getting exposed for showing the wellness check,
Mhm.
then
Oh
that's when
yeah.
they and I already told them that the Do We Know Them girls,
Mhm.
Becca Day and Caffeinated Kitty are all in the lawsuit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's already copy struck all kinds of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about how the do they know them won their copyright and then the GoFundMe with them real quick while I
Mhm.
look through this.
Or wait, sorry. What do you want me to talk about?
The GoFundMe. Do you know about that and how quick it took off?
I don't. know a whole lot of, like, I know she does have like a GoFundMe, but I don't know like
Oh,
the details of
well,
it.
okay, I'll talk about it then.
Sorry
I
about
wish you
that.
could scroll. Okay, so the
Yeah,
GoFundMe, the Do We Know Them people, I'm actually gonna just pull their YouTube up real quick because I want to
yeah.
show them. So if you do not follow, why did I just try to type that into freaking TikTok?
You should look up, like, after that you should look up Lauren the Mortician, and her response, or well, her talking about why she did the wellness check, because I think
Oh,
it's
that's what I was
interesting.
going to on TikTok. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to do. God dang my ADHD.
No,
Okay,
it's
but if you
okay.
do not watch Do We Know Them podcast, what the actual fuck are you doing with your life? Okay, because
Mhm.
this podcast is the shiz. Okay, so they go into, I mean, so much detail over all this. Okay, if you want
Mhm.
to go down a mother flipping rabbit hole, here you go. You're very welcome. So they talk about Gypsy Rose. They talk about all kinds of stuff up in here. Okay. But uh
Yeah, they just like do deep dives about tea and stuff like that.
yeah, people that are on celebrities or that are on YouTube or TikTok, and they talk about a lot of people that I would have never known, like this Michelle the bartender. I didn't know who the heck she
Uh-huh.
was. And that is a
Yeah.
really funny story. You know, like they talk about a lot of good stuff. Oh my gosh, do you all know who this HRH collection is?
Yeah, she's unhinged. She's like psychotic. So I think she needs a
Oh,
Xanax.
oh my God. I do you think that that's really how she is, or do you think she's playing a character?
Oh, I'm sure she's playing it up. Like, I can't imagine her like just being at the register at the gas station and being like, "What the fuck, bitch? Like, you can't even like take my debit card. What do you mean? Like, it's not working? Like, I can't picture her being like that in real life all the time anyway. So I'm sure she's playing it up for social media and stuff. And I mean, I do think that's like a key way to get famous, is to like play up parts of your personality almost to the point of being a caricature of yourself, because that's what people like. They don't like very stoic, normal people. They like kind of like cartoony, like, you know what I mean? Like, they like extreme kind of like characteristics in people, like interesting. So I definitely think she's playing up a character, kind of like
I
Kitty is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
or the
Kitty's
tunnel lady.
cool character and funny, and this lady plays a psychopath. When she screams into the when she like just starts screaming and then like obsessively
Yeah.
eats a fish sandwich from McDonald's, I'm like,
Oh my
what
God.
is happening?
Yeah.
So
She
they
hates
just had a
everyone.
baby. I haven't watched her in quite a while, actually. So
Hmm.
I know that she was pregnant and I know she just had a baby. And I'd actually like
Oh
to go
Lord.
look at her one day and see if the baby calmed her the fuck down. But this episode right here by them, we are actually being sued. That is where
Hmm.
they start to talk about the GoFundMe. So they make a GoFundMe and they are so like, they're like, listen, don't donate if you do not have it. But this
Hmm.
lawyer is to go for all four of them, okay? That Jesse Smiles, Lily, Becca Day, and Kitty. So
Hmm.
they literally post this GoFundMe and they are completely surpass it, and like actually let's see if we can look at it where it's at now, because within 12 hours they had already surpassed their goal. Hold on real quick, let me see if we can see it. I just thought that was so awesome that people,
Hmm.
helped them with this, because they like showed proof and everything. Every single penny went to a
Yeah.
retainer. And then
Oh
we're
yeah.
going to end this with, well, not end it, but we're getting ready to get, oh, look, they show all the past episodes right here from the start
Hmm.
with Janet. So this is a good reference.
Yeah.
But we're going, well, do they not have the link? Uh, oh, yeah, right here. Oh, shoot. Hold on. It's on a different page. Okay. I got to share a different page. But I think that every single dollar is really going to their lawyer, and I'm about to show you that
Yeah.
Janet truly fucked up today. So that's where we're getting ready to
Yeah.
go.
This has been one of the best examples of the Streisand effect that I've ever seen. And for anyone that doesn't know, the Streisand effect is when you try to suppress something, but it actually has the opposite effect. It ends up blowing that thing up like tenfold. And that's exactly what happened because Janet, she tried to silence her critics, and instead it ended up blowing up everyone that she was trying to silence, and it shined a light on her and her clients in the worst possible way. So yeah, and Bunny and other people are now starting to distance themselves from her too. So she really shot
Bunny
herself in the
fired
foot.
her. Bunny
Yeah.
fired her.
Yeah. And I feel like she should, because if it were me, I'd be embarrassed if I found out my lawyer was doing all this BS and saying, like, Stacy, she's going to sue you. And I had no idea that they were doing that. I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about, lady? And she even I think she told Cece that she told Janet, like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Like, they're not, like, they're fine. And she still pursued the copyright strikes anyway. And do we know them? They could have lost their channel because she did 2 takedown strikes, I think it was. And if you get 3, then that's when you lose your channel. So they came super close to losing their
I
channel
already
too.
told him all of this.
Yeah.
But yeah. No,
I'm just
I didn't mean to
ranting.
interrupt you, but
Yeah, you're
no,
good.
I wanted to read a couple comments, but yeah, no, it's crazy. I didn't know what the Streisand effect was, so I'm glad that you told us about that because I've just kept
Hmm.
hearing that word.
Yeah.
Babyface says yes, that dispatcher was about to die laughing. I know, it was so funny. Shannon says, do you know her? No, I know. I'm actually interviewing for a dispatch job Monday. I think it would be so cool. That would be a super cool, interesting job, boo. Yes,
That
let
would
us
be
know
a
that
cool
you get
job.
it. And I pray that you get it and good luck.
Yeah.
And that's so exciting. Oh, you knew nothing about this. Okay, well, cool. We're filling you in and we're going to give you some good
Yay.
deep dives to go watch when we're done. Okay. But really, I think we're going to tell you the meat and potatoes of it. And if you
Hmm.
don't have 98 hours, because there's so much you had to watch to like get this basic Cliff Notes knowledge. It's insane.
Yeah.
Um, but I only know what I've heard from the Do We Know Them. Oh, okay. Well, we're about to go to Runkle the Bailey. Does anybody know who he is? He's an attorney that I found
Hmm.
through Emily D. Baker.
Yeah, I know him. I love his thumbnails. His thumbnails are the best.
Okay. Tara says you did a great recap of this chick. I have a good idea what the draw I have a good idea what the drama even is. Great recap. Still watching it. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. I kept yawning aggressively in the beginning. I'm sorry. Okay. So, um,
That's okay. I'm like sick and bored, so I'm just kind of like, you're the one driving the car, and I'm just kind of like the annoying one in the back seat, just like throwing popcorn at you every now and then. Like, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
no, I love when you're on here with me. It's just funny because you weren't here for 30 minutes. Um,
Yeah.
So, okay, yes, look, they made their goal of 20,000 and they didn't think they were going to get anywhere near it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they
Yeah.
went over it and now they're at 35,000. I think they may have actually told people to stop donating for right now because they were able to put
Yeah.
their retainer down and they wanted to
That's
see
good.
what more they were going to need. Like they literally don't want to take anything they don't need. I think they're just so sweet.
Yeah, they are
Um,
very genuine. That's why I love them because they're very authentic. You can tell.
yes. Yes, good luck, babyface, on your interview. 3 minutes is not the rule. You have to stop and react every 30 seconds to 1 minute. TikTok content is different because no one from TikTok can strike you on YouTube. Oh, it's
Okay.
every 30 seconds to a minute on YouTube. I thought it was
Huh.
3 minutes. Well, thank you for telling me that because I've been
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, shit. Well, that's good to know. All
Well,
right.
you're not monetized though, are you? So can they even like do anything if you like make a mistake or something?
Yeah, they can still copyright strike me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I can still get in trouble and stuff. It's just they can't take monetary funds from me because I'm not getting
Oh,
monetized. Yeah.
okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
you know what's crazy though?
What?
Is, now like I don't really care about being monetized. I think it would be cool
Mhm.
just to say that I accomplished that. But I was getting
Right.
ready to get monetized right before I quit. Or I got canceled. And I've officially been canceled before I even got to officially monetize. Who does that? So,
It's
anyways,
crazy.
I think I've maybe hit 400 subscribers. I'm not sure. I don't keep track of it.
Yeah,
But my
you did.
hours where I deleted so much stuff,
Mhm.
all my viewing hours are gone. So
I know.
it'll take me forever because we used to do those like 7-hour streams and crazy ass shit. And
Oh my God, yeah.
so
Lord have
anywho,
mercy.
I don't really
We'd be
care about
on like all night. Yeah, we'd be on like all night long. Or you'd be like, I'm just gonna be on here for a little bit. Fast forward 6 hours. And it was like that every time. We always had so much fun. We just like time would fly. It was just so organic. We wouldn't realize that 7 hours just passed by.
that. Girl, I know. It's crazy. It's like we literally would just have so much fun on here. And I still
Mhm.
do, it's just like
Right.
I'm still very anxious though. Okay, let me
Yeah.
reshare my right screen. Okay. All right. So this here is Lauren the Mortician. If you didn't know, now you know. And I think that she's just not for me at all. I never followed her or
Mm-mm.
liked her before. I had seen a few videos of hers and watched them, and she just was absolutely not for me. So I
Yeah.
did
You know
watch
who I
Yuri video interview and her bunny one though. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know who I do like in the, I guess, like in the mortician field and that kind of realm is Ask a Mortician, and she's not on TikTok, but her name is like Caitlin Daughtry or something like that, and she has such good, interesting videos. She's been doing it for a while, and she's got videos like what happened to Titanic's dead, what happened to Pearl Harbor's that what happened to Pearl Harbor's dead, the story about the funeral where a dead body performed. Like she just talks about all these like really interesting stories that pertain to death, and she's really like informative and respectful, and she's not messy like Lauren. So if you are interested in like death and like dark spooky stuff, you should definitely go check her out on YouTube. Her name is Ask a Mortician. So I just wanted to
Yeah, is she the lady
plug
with the
her.
dark hair with the bangs across, like the?
Mhm. Yeah, that's
Love
her.
her. Yes, she's so funny.
Yeah,
So,
and another thing.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say one thing, another one more thing, really quick. Another thing people were upset about Lauren for. They feel like she kind of like ripped off Caitlin's morbid minute thing because Caitlin did the morbid minute, and then I guess Lauren she like copied that phrase, and she never like I guess gave credit to Caitlin. So that was another thing I kept seeing a lot. So sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. Uh, hold on. I'm sorry. One of my friends was having an issue and texting me real quick. Okay, so I want you all to notice though, real quick, that Lauren used to post not too much about mortician stuff, but she's been back in the funeral homes, back in the mortician realm now. Okay. She was just posting, like, this is all her recent stuff right now.
Mhm.
She was just posting like child safety stuff. She wasn't really doing mortician stuff. And like mom stuff was really all she was talking about. But then people
Right.
call her out for not being a practicing. Oh, I didn't tell him about that. Tell him about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people were like saying that she doesn't have a whole lot of experience as a mortician, that she only practiced for like a couple years and she hasn't practiced in a long time because now she's a stay-at-home mom. Apparently, her family has like a funeral home, and that's where that's I guess that's why she decided to become a mortician in the first place. And then some people were attacking her like where she went to school, or they were saying like that she wasn't actually certified. So she did go and actually show her certificate, so she did debunk that she is actually a certified mortician. But yeah, she has been posting like in the funeral home lately again, I guess because it's like her family's funeral home. But I'm sure it's probably just for TikTok. I doubt she's actually doing work in there. That's just my
Yeah,
my
she
opinion.
always she
So
always worked for her father, and
yeah.
she would act like she had seen so much, and she had been on these
Mhm.
crime scenes and like picked up these bodies and like investigated death, and it's like no. That's not who you are. You're not an investigator. You're not a crime scene
Right.
analysis. You're not a even a coroner. Now, in small towns, I will say this, okay? Where I grew up, the person who ran, there was only two funeral homes, and that was in the main town of Georgetown. In Stamping Ground, there wasn't even a funeral home. But
Mhm.
you, one of the men that ran one of those funeral homes was elected to be the coroner. Okay, so he did go out and do that, but she's not the coroner of her
Right.
town, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and I just think she was just saying, she just acted like she had seen every type of death under the flippin' sun.
Mhm. Yeah, she definitely like I think overinflated her credentials a little bit and made herself seem a lot more like a lot more well versed than she probably really is because she really was only I think they said she was only practicing for like 2 years or something like that and then she became a stay-at-home mom. So in a small town, like how many deaths are you really gonna see in that amount of time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
And I think she practiced not even 18 months. So, okay,
Yeah.
this is funny to me too. So, this is her TikTok page. Right after all of this really popped off, she went and got a
Mhm.
tummy tuck. And so she's on TikTok
Yeah.
in her tummy tuck stuff right after all of this had happened.
Oh my
Well,
God.
this was about I guess a month into it, but oh shit. But I was saying I think she's really deleted everything though that
Mhm.
we could watch. She blocked a
Well,
lot of people.
yeah, I'm blocked. I was wanting to when I was sending you different videos, like I was so mad because I wanted to send you different videos from Lauren, but she blocked me because I left a comment on her page. I said something I said something to the effect of like basically calling her out for weaponizing wellness checks because we all know she did it just to try to harass Kitty, not because she genuinely was concerned about her, and so she blocked me after I said that. So yeah, she's
Oh
block happy,
Lord.
I guess. And I'm like, you would think like with someone as big as she would, like she is, she wouldn't even see, like little old me with like no likes on a comment. But I don't know.
Like Jessica Kent who tries to take me down and fucking is so mean to me. Like, girl, why do you even know my name? Why are you putting my face on your shit? Like, you should not know my name. It's fucking weird.
Wait, she reached out to you?
That's I've never told all of it in detail, but what I am comfortable with saying is she has commented. I have probably 100 screenshots where she's commented on stuff of mine, and then she ends up deleting it the next morning. But screenshots don't lie. Oh, I've made a couple TikTok videos showing all the things she's deleted. She's tried to get every video I've ever made removed off TikTok. She's got quite a few actually removed. She got me struck twice. If I get struck again, that TikTok account is gone forever. And that's my, uh, well, I've had three, but this was really my second one. And
Mhm.
my first one was my one where I went really, really viral and it
Yeah.
got taken away. And it's just like I have the worst luck with TikTok. But then on YouTube, she has me blocked on YouTube as well. I'm blocked on TikTok. Jason would unblock me on TikTok and run his
What?
mouth. Yeah. And then, but he liked me, but he didn't want to admit he liked me. But he told me one time, he said, I just had to come over and see if you were still running your pretty mouth. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
I am, Jason. But,
wow. I didn't know all that.
and she, because I've spoke with her good friend Megan, who I actually
Mhm.
really like. I think Megan is a really nice person, and I think she's
Yeah.
just way too understanding. But
Like me.
yeah. But one thing I haven't spoke about out a lot in detail, and I don't know when or I will. One day I will. But she purposely put out one of her. I don't know if it was two or three. The first night that I did rock, or not the yeah, it would have been. It had to have been the first night that I did Rock Bottom Recovery. She put out one of her docu series, to and she had announced she was going to put it out Friday at 7. She seen that I was so excited and posting all my stuff about my thing. She changed it and put it out Thursday at 7 or 8 or whenever my thing was. I can't even remember now. To purposely have her docu series try to take everyone away from my fucking rock bottom recovery group, from my fucking new recovery group I was trying to form.
Damn, girl, I didn't know like you were on her radar like that. I saw one comment on like where she had like the where she was showing Jason getting arrested. I saw she had commented and said something about like the time or her hair being purple or she said something. I saw that comment, but I didn't know like
Well, I
any
have
other
hundreds of
interactions.
mean ass comments from her. And
Yeah.
no, she reached out to me about that and said she was doing that on purpose too. But I don't want to talk about that anymore right now because I don't want to talk about that out loud. But yeah, she's a
Cool.
fucking bitch, and she put the worst freaking video I made on TikTok where I looked the worst. That's the one she included in her fucking docu series, so that because she didn't want to put the other ones where I look beautiful in them, and she's mean.
Oh, no, you look beautiful in every video. Stop it.
Oh, you're the sweetest.
But I didn't know you were even in her docu series or whatever. Like I haven't watched the whole thing. I've only watched like pieces of it, so I didn't know you were in it.
Oh, I didn't even know I was in it because I couldn't watch any more of it because it was making me so fucking mad. And I
Mhm.
didn't know for like a week that I was in it until someone was like, I can't believe she put you in there. And I'm like, no one
Yeah.
did.
Wow. Damn.
Okay,
Well, that's
let's.
when you know you're doing something right. When you're catching the attention of the person you're talking about, that's when you know like you're on the right track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think because not a lot of people called her out on TikTok, she had a much larger supporting group on TikTok.
Mhm.
YouTube started to come around sooner, But
Yeah.
okay, let's get off the subject of Jessica Kemp. We
Sorry.
always can get on that railroad. No, you're fine. Okay, so Runkle the Bailey, and then we're gonna go to
Yeah.
CC Suarez.
Oh, I love her. She's like kind of like Mean Girl ish, but you can tell she has a good heart though, like underneath.
I don't fucking like her at all, but she makes good content and I still watch her all the time and she makes me laugh, but for some reason like I would never be able to be her friend in real life. I think she's very pompous and pretentious
Yeah.
and I don't like her as like
Mhm.
I don't think I would like her in real life, but I think she's a good content creator. Is that not weird?
Yeah. No, I understand. Like there, and then there's some people that like you might not like, but you enjoy watching them. Like so, I mean, I get it.
And, like she makes me laugh and I agree with like almost everything she says.
Yeah. I like how she always like has her little thing about like wash your butt. She always says something like that. I think that's funny. That's cute.
I know. Yeah, she says a lot of cute, catchy little things.
Yeah.
She's very intelligent too. Like
Mhm.
her type of like talk and banter is like I vibe with that. Okay, let's see.
Oh
Laugh
yeah.
my ass off. Canceled right before monetization. I swear I've already been canceled here. It's fucking bullshit. Oh no, you
Mhm.
deleted videos. They aren't just private. So a lot of them I did accidentally delete some because I was so upset I just
Yeah.
started deleting shit and then I stopped. And then I was like, wait, why don't I just private? Because I was going to delete every video and then delete the entire page.
I
Then I deleted
know.
a bunch of videos. Then I calmed down and I thought about it for a minute. And I was like, why don't I private the rest? And then
Mhm.
because David was like, just hide your page, don't delete it. And I didn't even know I
Right.
could do that. So then I just
Yeah.
privated everything and hid it. So I need to go through and see what all I have and don't have. But yeah, I deleted a few. Um,
You should look and see if there's any way to like reverse it because I know like with Facebook there's like a feature because I've been really upset and emotional and tried to delete my Facebook, but then I saw like something where it said if you change your mind in the next 30 days, like you can undo it, but if you go longer than I think like 30 days. There's no way to like go back. But I wonder if there's like some kind of grace period with YouTube. You should see if there's like any way you can possibly get it back or something. Because I know
Yeah,
on Facebook
I
there's
might
a
be able
way.
to. I
Yeah.
might be
I
able to.
don't.
I'll have David will know. He helps.
Yeah.
Okay. JK is calculated AF. Yes, she is. Oh yeah, Shannon's on her radar. She hates Shannon. CJ is her stalker. She hates CJ. There's a lot of people that she should not even know who they are, and she hates them and is trying to like come after them. And it's like we're nobodies.
Mhm. That is
But
weird. Why would you care about like someone with like I'm not saying this to be mean, but if you have a million followers, why would you care about someone who's with like 800 followers or 500 followers? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would those people even be on your radar? I just don't get
well,
that.
my TikTok has like 25,000. Well, 22,000. I lost followers from her, and I was getting on my TikToks before her, about 6 months before her. I quit posting
Hmm.
for a while and I got lazy, but
Yeah.
I have several videos that have 50,000, 100,000, 300,000
Hmm.
views. And then Jessica
Yeah.
Kent videos, I think one of them has 300,000, maybe, or maybe it's 37. I don't know. But there's some that have 800. I'm like, this bitch tanked me.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Now, did you see the Bugs Life thing they did about Tira? Now they're coming after Tira.
Who's coming after Tira?
JK and Burner.
No, are they really? What are they saying?
They made a freaking, well, I'll go show. Well, I can't show it to you because I'm blocked. But they made a Bugs Life little thing about Tira, which actually I think it was like a cute little thing, and a lot of people on the Reddit thought Tira made it about herself because she's such a goofball.
Oh.
I didn't even realize that they made it to try to be mean to her. They thought Tira made it because she was being fucking funny, like, because that's how stupid they are.
Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. But I mean, at least you can like you got to be able to laugh at yourself. So I mean, I'll have to check it out though.
If hold on a second, let me read these comments and then I'm gonna read this, we're gonna play this.
Yeah.
JK would put a bad pic of you. She's jealous of your looks alone. Imagine if she knew anything about you. Yeah, she can kiss my asshole. And she's jealous of you too because you're actually lived the life she lies about and know about it. And I don't want to. Tira's going to put out a video that I know about that people don't know about what happened. I don't want to say anymore, but keep tuned because she's going to be releasing some shit that the general public didn't know that she was. I don't want to say anything else. Okay, thank baby Jesus. It wasn't all of them. Tira, let me know what I can say and not say right now. I feel nervous. Okay. If Olivia was
Basically,
talking
stay tuned.
if Olivia was
Long story
talking
short.
shit about me on TikTok, I'd be shitting bricks because you were viral for a while. I know, but like, I mean, really nice to her at first. I offered to be her PR and help her film a redemption video. Okay.
I saw that. I saw that.
You need to check your watch time so you know what your goals are. I don't really have a
Yeah.
goal. When it happens. Fuck it. I know, Tira. I love that Olivia and many of us didn't even know she was in her docuseries because we didn't watch it. I know. We all just quit watching it.
Yeah, I just watched little bits and pieces, and I felt like, I had the attention span of a gold. I already kind of have a short attention span, but like I felt like I had the attention span of a goldfish when I was watching it because it was just like more of the same. You know what I mean? It was just episode. They were all pretty much the same thing, saying the same thing just over and over and over. So I don't know. I was super. It couldn't hold my attention for like more than like 30 seconds at a time.
Yeah, you know what would be funny is if I went in. I want to make 2 videos about Jessica Kent. I think that this one I just created in my brain. I want to go back and find where she put me in, and it was like she was talking about like me, Nicole, and a couple other people were on the side of people that did not have genuine concern, or Mindy. There was like who else? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And that we were just mean, evil people. Oh, Radiant Brit. No, did she put Radiant Brit in it? And then that we just were just horrible people talking about her on the internet. Then there was the side of people who she thinks honestly meant well, and it was like Peter
Mhm.
Mon. I think Wildflower may have been on that side, and maybe just Anne. But yeah, it was like, okay, girl, like it, whatever.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, enough about her. We'll go back to that. Let me just see what they say.
Yeah.
I have to stalk her TikTok. I gotta see him. I've seen like 5 Olivia TikToks. Yeah, you gotta go back, dude, because Jessica freaking ruined me. But my page where I was like my other stuff, it's all gone. But yeah, no, on the one I have now, I think my most viewed video is like a little over 500,000, maybe.
I remember like your video about the belly button thing or the thing on your stomach, like the weight loss thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I remember.
The viewed one, I don't believe, or maybe it is. I thought it was the one where turn that off. I'm live. I thought it was. Sorry, I'm yelling at David on my kids.
No,
But
you're good.
just wanted to make that clear. But shit, I don't even remember what I was saying now. What the hell was I saying?
You're talking about like I mentioned your belly button like video or something like that, and you were I don't know you were adding
yes.
that.
Okay, now my first one on this page that took off really well, and I think has the most views. I'm gonna look at it right now. Was when I went off on the Board of Education and how it is. Yeah, that's the one that has the most views because I was threatening to like take down the teacher, the Board of Education. I was going to go to the news. I was fucking pissed about my kid. You don't mess with my kid, And the funny part about this story is that the Board of Education seen my TikTok and called me and had an emergency meeting at the school that day. Actually, that's the one it is that where I'm saying I'm on my way to the school because they held that emergency meeting. And they fixed every complaint that I.
Oh my God. I swear, when I have kids, I'm gonna homeschool them. I see so much crazy shit online every day. Did you see about the teacher in Canada, like the male teacher who was wearing the big giant prosthetic breasts, and they let him continue to wear it because they said he's just expressing himself as a trans woman, and I'm like, no, that's perverted. Like these giant, like huge boobs that he got like at a sex thing. That's crazy.
No, I have no idea.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's wild, man.
And so is going viral like over 100,000 views or is it over 1,000,000? I don't know if
I don't know. That's a good question. Does anyone know what's considered going viral?
100,000, but now I don't know if they've upped it.
Yeah.
Her videos are exhausting. I watched the coffee bean one too. Well, yeah, that one took off because I lost so much weight so fast doing that. And because it really did force me to do that extreme intermittent fasting. That shit ain't a lie. But they quit selling that product. I can't. I won't put a link up to like the other ones because I tried the other knockoff ones and they don't work as well. So I could put a link in my link tree to one of those. I made $900 in 1 month, making 4 cents per box that was sold for being an Amazon associate. Okay.
Damn, really?
Yeah, because Amazon seen how much what happened. My TikTok took off and Amazon sent me a thing saying I could be an Amazon associate. So then I put the link to it in my link tree. And then when people would order them, I would go live and talk about it and give updates. And when people would order them, I would get 4 cents per box. And I made $900 1 month for making 4 cents per box.
That's amazing. Yeah, that was my goal initially, is to eventually become like some kind of Amazon associate or do something with my TikTok, but I just became lazy. Like I was doing really good about making videos about my faith and stuff, and then I just, got real lazy about it, and I haven't posted a video in like probably a good 6 months or something. So I really need to get back on that, but I really have a hard time because I'm like more on the shy side, and I'm trying to like I'm like one of those people. I'm kind of like shy at first, but then like I get goofy the more comfortable I get with you. So I'm trying to get past that awkward shyness and just get to like my natural personality, like who I am when I let my guard down, So
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at.
I think that if anyone listening, I always welcome anyone to come up on my panels. If you're thinking about creating anything on YouTube, TikTok, wherever it may be, and you're scared, I think this definitely helps you warm up to doing that. So,
Yeah.
and the first time is scary, but and then it's just not. And you just feel like you're just talking. Like I don't like being on here alone, but like when someone else is on here with me, you just feel like you're talking to a friend, and then you're texting your other friends about your all's conversation. Like it's really cool.
Right.
So, okay, let me read these, and I promise I'm playing this. Okay, damn. Companies need to start paying you to advertise. Yeah, well, what's funny is I have a bunch of emails right now from different companies that reach out to me all the time for my TikTok. But like they're okay, so like Michaela Naguero or whatever, she has 15 million followers. They reach out to her and they're like, post one video using our mascara, and they pay her like 25 stacks. Okay. They reach out to me and they're like, we'll send you a free product of whatever their product is, and we'll give you a code. And then everyone who orders and uses your code, you'll get like 10 to 20% of it. Okay. Well, realistically, my TikTok, I haven't kept up with. So if I get this product and put this code out, what will maybe 2 or 3 people buy it? If that is what I'm thinking. And then, I mean, I guess I could just get whatever they're trying to give me for free. But a lot of times, and TikTok shop blows me up wanting me to get stuff from them for free and, make money off of it. But it's like, I don't want to turn my TikTok into just me trying to fucking get money,
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. There's this jewelry company just emailed me today. I think I'm going to take them up on it because I'll take a free fucking necklace.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. So, okay. Let's play Runkle the Bailey. Now, what he is discussing is they submitted the lawsuit, okay? And Janet's dumbass did it wrong. So it's hilarious. And I think she was trying to be deceptive too.
Well, her whole career is being deceitful, so that's not surprising.
And welcome to Runkle of the Bailey. My name is Ian Runkle. I'm a Canadian criminal defense and firearms lawyer. So I've been covering the story of Janet Braun and Lauren the Mortician and their lawsuit against Becca Day, Caffeinated Kitty, and the host of the Do We Know Them podcast. And I've been covering this because it's hilarious and it keeps on being hilarious. And there's a new development, which is also hilarious. So let's talk about that. But first, a really brief recap for people who haven't been following this. If you haven't been following this, I really recommend you check out my really deep dives into the lawsuit. You can check those out. But very briefly, Lauren the Mortician was getting criticism on.
We should have just started here, but this because he gives like a super brief recap, but maybe he'll cover something we skipped.
Yeah.
And actually, I think he only does it for like maybe 2 minutes, so don't get annoyed.
Online from people who were saying that she's a TERF, and they brought various receipts for that. So this was causing Lauren the Mortician some stress, maybe losing some followers, this sort of thing. And so she started issuing takedowns through her lawyer, Janet Braun, saying these videos criticizing me violate my copyright, even though the videos were almost certainly fair use. So what happens on the internet when you start trying to silence criticism? Well, it doesn't work. People talk more about your stuff because now it's even more interesting because you're trying to silence it. And so this ends up leading to Lauren the Mortician and her lawyer, Janet Braun, sending a wellness check to Caffeinated Kitty. So they sent police officers to her door claiming that she was trying to blackmail them. She wasn't, and various other things. So yeah, and you might be saying, wait a minute, they sent the wellness check and they're suing Caffeinated Kitty? Yes. So the criticism only intensifies after the wellness check because of course it does. Sending a wellness check is monstrous. And if there's no basis for a wellness check, a false wellness check is horrible activity. And it's basically peak party foul on the internet. So yes, of course, people start criticizing this even more. So what's the solution? Well, a defamation lawsuit, because apparently they've never heard of the Streisand effect. Yeah. Okay. So I covered that lawsuit and I don't think there's a whole lot of value to it, but it's just.
Okay. So yeah, that was his whole recap. I hate that I have to stop it so often. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay.
His thumbnails are the best. Like, look at that one with the red hair and the Joker smile.
I know. I started off with his thumbnail. I started off with it because they're hilarious.
They are legendary. Like, I want to know how he creates it because they're epic. They're everything.
I know most people create them in Canva, but the only one that I have, someone else created for me because I couldn't figure it out. So
yeah. we're not YouTubers, like, or whatever,
Yeah, I'm not a real YouTuber. Like,
or whatever.
yeah, and that's facts.
Oh God,
Gotten a little more
stop it.
interesting, and that's because there's a minute entry that was just filed. So the lawsuit has been filed, but there's no statement of defense yet. But the judge is stepping in to say, I have some questions. I have some issues with this. And this is just on the docket. It's not a full sort of form. There's no sort of formally printed order or anything like that, but it is stuff they have to abide by. And this one is snarky. Now, I'm going to try to have it scroll on the screen because it's going to be really hard to read if I try to pull it up. But it says, minute entry before the Honorable Mary M. Rowland. In light of plaintiff's invocation of diversity jurisdiction as the basis for federal jurisdiction, on or before January 31st, 2024, plaintiff shall file a jurisdictional supplement as a separate docket entry. Why do they have to file a jurisdictional supplement? Well, because they screwed it up the first time. And I should have caught this. I am sorry, viewers, I should have caught this. I feel bad. Like in hindsight, when I look at it, I'm like, why did I not spot this? But the judge caught it. Let's explain. Jurisdiction is normally pretty boring because it's normally pretty obvious and pretty easy, and it's not something lawyers usually get wrong.
Yeah, jurisdiction is like the most boring part of the law. So I was thinking,
yeah.
oh God, this is going to be treacherous to watch, but it's actually fucking funny because she's so fucking dumb. I think that it's funny though. He's so mad at himself he didn't catch it. You know what I mean? Because he's like really on it. If you've ever watched him on anything else, if you want to watch like a legit breakdown, he knows his shit, dude.
Is he like a lawyer guy, or is he just like
he's a lawyer? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
I don't know if he practices anymore now that his YouTube's taken off, but he was at the Alec Murdaugh. He was there at the actual trial. He was at the Amber Heard trial. Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah.
He goes everywhere. So any big trials, he'll be at the trials. If you want to see good stuff about him, just come to his page right here, Runkle of the Bailey.
I think I'd rather have Amber Heard's legal representation than Janet as a lawyer.
I'm an asshole. I just subscribed. Okay. I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed to him.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for federal jurisdiction, there's various ways you can get there. And the way they're trying to get there is what's called diversity jurisdiction, which requires complete diversity between the parties as to their citizenship. So what does this mean? Well, when they were sort of figuring out how the court system worked, they figured, hey, what happens if people, none of whom live in the same states, have to sue each other? Because it's going to happen eventually, right? And so diversity jurisdiction requires that every person who's on the plaintiff side of the table be in a different state than every person who is on the defense side of the table, the defendant side. The plaintiffs can be in the same place, the defendants can be in the same place as each other, but you can't have any overlap between plaintiff and defendant. So that's necessary in order to get this jurisdiction issue. And the court calls out a little omission that I think is, in hindsight, really striking. And I should have caught it. I wish I'd caught it, but the judge caught it. So as to Plaintiff Braun, plaintiffs are reminded that allegations of residence, as opposed to citizenship, are not sufficient to establish diversity jurisdiction. Now, the court is repeatedly going to say, plaintiffs are reminded, which basically means, idiots, this is the stuff you were supposed to do. Do your freaking job. This is what you had to do. And so what is the judge calling out here? Well, again, in order to establish the diversity of jurisdiction, they talk about where everyone lives.
Okay, so this is what's super, super important right here is the states everyone lives in, okay? Mm-hmm. So what they're saying is Janet is actually suing these people as well because they used her, a small part of her TikTok, okay, video. And so she's suing them. So she's a co-defendant with Lauren the Mortician, okay? And she tries to pull a quick one. So I just wanted to point that out real quick.
Yeah.
So plaintiff Jeanette Braun is licensed to practice Illinois and operating the law firm Braun Law, LLC in DuPage County, Illinois, and resides in Illinois on a part-time basis. Now, the court says reside isn't good enough. You have to be a citizen. What's the difference? Well, citizenship is where you are domiciled, which means the place you intend to live long-term, the place you intend to have roots. It's different from where you're living right now. Because, for instance, let's say I wanted to take a course and it was a 6-month-long course and it was in Ontario. I might go and get an apartment in Ontario and live there for 6 months. But my plan would be to come back here to Alberta where I live and stay. And, this is where my dogs are. This is where my house is. This is where my wife is. This is where all of the things are, right? So I might be living in Ontario, but still a citizen, domiciled in Alberta. Here, they only say that she resides in Illinois and only that she resides in Illinois on a part-time basis, which means where's she residing the rest of the time? We're going to get to that because I've got a theory. Now, this isn't a pure omission, because when we see like plaintiff Lauren Propson is a citizen and resident of the state of Wisconsin.
So
So
I
this
know
is
she's.
my question. I thought she lived in Florida.
Mm, I'm not sure where she lives at, but I was wondering. I know she's like she's suing people in America, but has she gone beyond a cease and desist with anyone like in the UK or anything? Like I know she had some back and forth with Paige Christie, which oh my God, you should you should watch her video of because you know whenever she tries to like take down a video, they sent the correspondence between YouTube and Janet, they sent it to the creator she was trying to take down. So Paige, she reads like they're back and forth, and it's so fucking funny. Um, but do you know if she's like tried to take legal action against anyone like in the UK or anything or
No,
Canada or anything?
all of these people are in America, but yeah, I just Googled it and she has several videos I knew I'd watch where she says she lives in fucking Florida. So
Mm,
I think she's from Wisconsin. Maybe she's back there now and that's where she lives now. But
mm,
she was living in Florida when this first happened because I'm telling you, she was talking about the hurricane and everything. Yeah, I just looked it up. I'm right. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't
okay.
telling bullshit. So I don't know. I want to look into that a little bit more though, because
Yeah.
what's funny is that you'll see. Hold on.
Becca Day is a citizen and resident of the state of Missouri, although it's upon information and belief, and the court's going to comment on that. Casey is a citizen and resident of the state of Georgia. Every person that they mention is a citizen and resident except Jeanette Braun. Jeanette Braun, they only say where she resides. It's an interesting omission.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I think I just caught something. Okay. Right here. Jessica Vasquez, which is Jesse Smiles.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I think he's going to scroll it up.
Citizen.
He scrolls it so fast. Hold on. I gotta slow this down because I'm telling you, it says right here is not in a state that is not Illinois nor Florida. So
Hmm.
does Jeanette live in Florida full time right now? Because I know she did live in because Jessie Smiles did live in Florida, but she just moved to Georgia.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice that writing right there either because nor Florida, why would Florida matter?
Yeah.
But you'll
Maybe
see.
Janet. Maybe she's like a snowbird. She like stays in Wisconsin like in the summer, and then when it gets cold and starts to snow, she goes to Florida. Maybe it's something like that.
Well,
Even.
you'll see his theory too. Hold on.
Mm,
Citizen and resident except Jeanette Braun. Jeanette Braun, they only say where she resides. It's an interesting omission, right? And why would they do that? Let's talk about that a little bit later because it's fun. It's fun. So, yeah. The court says for individuals, citizenship means domicile, the person's long-term plan for a state of habitation, rather than just current residence. And when the court is explaining all the law to you, that's not a good thing. As to plaintiff Braun Law, that's the company, the LLC, as opposed to Jeanette Braun herself. Plaintiff is reminded that the citizenship of LLCs is the citizenship of each of its members, which is probably just Jeanette Braun. So, thus, an LLC's jurisdictional statement must identify the citizenship of each of its members as to the date the complaint or notice of removal is filed, and if those members have members, i.e., if there's a corporation that is part of a corporation, the citizenship of those members as well. So, you see, the court is basically explaining to Braun and Lauren the Mortician's lawyer how they should file their case. The court shouldn't have to explain your job to you. That's a bad thing. So, as to defendants Becca Day, Casey, and Marston, plaintiffs are reminded that allegations of citizenship based on information and belief are insufficient to establish diversity jurisdiction in the Seventh Circuit. Plaintiffs are reminded that the law here doesn't work like that. Get it together. So, as to defendant Vasquez, and this one is interesting because defendant Vasquez, they filed something, or they put in an interesting statement. It says, upon information and belief, defendant Jessica Vasquez is a citizen and resident of a state that is neither Illinois nor Florida, but they don't tell the court where it is. Upon information and belief, defendant Vasquez is a victim of certain crimes, and out of respect for to her privacy, plaintiffs request to not directly plead Ms. Vasquez's current state of residence.
Okay, so I think that they may have done that because I think maybe her permanent state of residence is Florida because she's from Florida. And And I know they very recently just moved to Georgia, is what she had said on her podcast. And maybe they're just there temporarily or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could be.
Also, I think it's so funny the way that he's like, get it together, do your job, like, lady, hold on one second. Thank you, Terry. Yes, all you people peeing in the bushes, do the YouTubey things like subscribe, come say hello. We
Say
do
hi.
okay, that knocked him out. Look, there was 10, now there is 7. And then it will
No.
be done. No, I'm just
What
kidding.
happened?
Okay, I scared him, I guess. You're allowed to pee in the bushes, baby, if you want. That's fine.
You can lurk. You can lurk. Just
I
maybe
have
hit a
that
thumb or
fucking
two.
floor or nothing. I wish I did, but I don't. So you're safe, okay? I can't see you. Shannon says, "Oh, I was confused as to why she was a codependent. Yeah, because she's a freaking nutcase, is why.
Yeah.
So,
People are stealing her art,
yeah, her
aka
art.
screenshots of her comments.
Yeah, she says her TikTok is her art, and
Yeah,
we're gonna go look after this at her TikTok because it's a joke. Okay,
it's
so
demented.
yeah, let's keep rolling.
The court is going to give them a hard no to that one. And they're going to explain how they should have done it. Like, hey, no, you can't do that, but here's how you do the thing. So as to defendant Vasquez, plaintiffs are reminded that allegations of negative citizenship or citizenship of another state different from the plaintiffs are insufficient. And so plaintiffs allege that defendant Vasquez is a victim of certain crimes, and out of respect to her privacy, plaintiffs request to not directly plead Ms. Vasquez's current state of residence. As mentioned, allegations of residence as opposed to citizenship are not sufficient to establish diversity jurisdiction. Plaintiffs should file a motion for leave to file under seal any portions of the jurisdictional supplement pursuant to Local Rule 26.2 sub C. I.e., if you don't want to put where she lives into the public record, cool. We understand where you're coming from. Here's how you do that. You file it under seal. You don't say, well, we're not going to tell the court. Court's not got any patience for that. They're like, the requirements are you tell us where she lives, and that's it. So plaintiffs may seek leave to file a motion to conduct limited jurisdictional discovery. So basically to find out where people are living and where they plan to continue living. Joint initial status report remains due on or before February 28th, 2024. Okay, now
Okay, so he's done with most of the legal mumbo jumbo now, and he's gonna kind of like break it down in layman's terms.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, if they don't fix their shit and get it all together, and because there's multiple errors, and get it back to the court by then, and it's completely correct, the judge will just not even look at this shit.
Yeah, I have a feeling the case with her and Jesse Smiles and everyone, I feel like it's probably going to get dismissed at
Or
or
it's get moved to a different jurisdiction, and that's what she doesn't want, because if it gets moved to Florida, because they're both in Florida, so that would be if there's 2 in Florida, it would go to Florida. If there's 2 in California, it would go to California. And Florida and California have the worst or the hardest, most strictest anti-slap laws. And anti-slap laws mean defamation suits, because they really are like, look, if you were any sort of public figure, even me, okay, like having hardly no following at all, because I put myself out here and I do this, and someone were to defame me, okay, I would have to really fucking prove it. Now in Kentucky, they're not as bad, because who the fuck in Kentucky is the
right.
you know?
That's why Johnny Depp and his legal team, that's why they picked Virginia, because they have the most lenient laws there. So
I forget how they got to use Virginia too, because they both lived in California.
I think it had something to do with, because it was published worldwide, don't quote me on
It
this,
was the publisher of the article. The publisher was in Virginia. That's what it was. Yes,
okay.
You're right.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, and she'd have to pay all their legal expenses. Yes.
She should too.
Well, I don't know I don't know about that. She wouldn't have to pay the retainer back, I don't think.
Well, they would have to specifically go after her for legal expenses, I think, which they totally
Yes.
should.
And I think that would be a civil matter. And if you
Mhm.
sue someone civilly, I've had to sue someone civilly, baby, you ain't getting that
Mhm.
shit. Okay. Well, with it being 20 grand though, that wouldn't be small claims. I had to sue
Yeah.
someone in small claims for like 1,500. I'll never see that shit. And I didn't understand that or I would have never done it. I mean, it costs like $47 to do it, but
Mm.
I didn't realize that if you sue someone personally in small claims court, they will never make them give you the money unless those people just give you the fucking money.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they don't like they are basically like if the person willingly will give it over, cool. If not, like fuck you.
So I don't understand what's the point of taking someone to small claims court. Like, let's say I'm taking
Well,
you to small claim. Well, listen, let's say I'm taking you to small claims court for like, let's say $2,000, and then they rule in my favor. Like, how would I not get that money?
so what happens is like people that care about like if you were suing someone in small claims court that was like a good person, they would want to give you the money because it does show up on like if I do my check for an employer. I mean, you could get on just like one of those sites like Free People Search or whatever. You search somebody's name, you pay like the $9. It'll show you civil matters. Okay, so it'll say this person was sued in civil court and owes this money and did not pay it. You know, so like it's on your record kind of thing, but it's a judgment.
So
But
they
they
don't
won't.
they don't force the person to pay the money.
No, not in small claims court. But now, if you got like sued in civil court for something, because small claims court, based on where you are, like caps out at, I think here it's like 2 grand, but everywhere it's a
Mm,
different amount. Every like city and state and everything. But if
gotcha.
you sue them in actual like civil court, I think then that's when they can go after wage garnishment and all that.
Mm, okay.
They can put a lien on your house, yeah, everything like that. Okay, so
All
there
right.
was your knowledge for today, and
Fun
yeah,
fact.
I'm gonna look that up with the anti-slap and stuff, what they have to do to get their legal fees
Yeah.
covered.
I
Okay,
really did you ever see Paige Christie's like video talking about Janet?
I've seen one. Maybe hold on. When I press play on this, I'll look on my phone and see which one I've watched, or what all I've watched. I have to go check.
Mm, okay.
I said that this one was fun, and it is, even though we're talking about jurisdiction, which is one of the most boring legal issues normally on the planet. So you remember how I talked about the need for complete diversity of jurisdiction, so no plaintiff lives in the same place as any other defendant. Well, where does Jeanette Braun have her domicile? Where is she a citizen of? And I don't know for certain. I have a theory, though, because Jeanette Braun had some legal difficulties in a little-known state called California. And she also has a divorce going on in that same little-known state, California. So I'm not criticizing her for having a divorce. I don't know the details on that one. I don't care on the details on that one. That one is none of my business unless it starts becoming relevant to this somehow. The only way it's relevant right now is that normally you'd have a divorce in the state where you're domiciled, the state where you're a citizen of, which suggests that plaintiff Jeanette Braun might be a citizen of California. And California there's something that is worth noting about California. When you think about where you want to file a defamation suit to shut someone up, there's
So yeah, this is his theory.
Hmm.
And I mean, that makes good sense too. But I want to see what comes back from it because I think it was how it was worded, not Illinois nor Florida. And I wonder why he didn't mention not Florida because if it's saying here nobody's in Florida, why would they even mention Florida?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think I just want to watch a couple more minutes of this and then we're going to take another field trip because I can't remember. Did you watch this whole thing?
No, I didn't because I'm not real savvy on like the legal part of it. So I'm not. It's a lot of it's kind
Okay.
of like over my head. So
Yeah, I think he's about to say something that was really interesting and cool, and then I think the rest I don't care about.
okay.
there's different states that are sort of, green versus, yellow versus red, if we're thinking of our stoplight rules. And then there's California, which is just marked on your map as here be dragons. California is the worst place to do this because California has very, very strong anti-slap statutes. So Jeanette Braun really doesn't want this to end up in California, but what's the problem here? Well, she's saying that it should happen in Illinois because she lives in Illinois. But does anyone live in California? Well, we don't care about Lauren Propson because, again, she's on the plaintiff side. Becca Day, Missouri. Okay, no problem. Casey, Georgia. No problem. Jessica Vasquez, she doesn't say. I think I know where Jessica Vasquez lives. I'm not putting it in here, but not California is my understanding. Lily Marston, citizen and resident of the fine state of California.
Okay, I don't care about the rest of this. I don't think.
So
I'm
she's
just
in Illinois, I guess.
I'm just gonna speed it up. I thought he said something. Hold on.
Is a basis for the defamation suit. Jeanette Braun is arguably a celebrity in her own right. She's got a monetized TikTok. She's out there trying to push her name. She might be a tiny wee little celebrity, but that's still probably enough to bring it into the whole public interest thing. Okay, so that's our first problem, is that this whole thing might get kicked to California. And I say might because I don't know. I'm going to be really looking forward to seeing what their jurisdictional supplement is. But let's do some further analysis on the assumption that Jeanette Braun is a citizen of California. Well, now we have an issue because I've mentioned before that it's really unusual that the lawyer and the client would join together to be co-plaintiffs on a lawsuit because.
Am I muted? No. Okay. This is what I wanted to show you. It is so fucking weird that Jeanette was representing Lauren and their co-plaintiffs. This is what I wanted y'all to hear about and talk about. Okay, I forgot. I remember now.
Some of that decision may in and of itself be counted as legal advice. Like if these two discussed that it was a good legal decision to bring this lawsuit, then maybe there's some legal advice there. And maybe Jeanette Braun owes a duty to Lauren the Mortician about how this gets brought. And the problem is that Jeanette Braun in this lawsuit, if she lives in California, is a giant legal anchor that might drag this thing down to the bottom of the ocean and then have it hit a landmine, because California's anti-SLAPP also provides for attorney's fees and costs. It can be very expensive to be anti-SLAPPed in California. Very, very expensive. So, if there were independently.
Oh shit. Okay, well that just answered the question, and that makes sense with exactly what Shannon was telling us because I didn't understand. Yeah, and she'd have to pay all their legal fees with an anti-SLAPP. Oh, look, Shannon's so damn smart. So yes, if it is California, then yeah, they'll have to pay it all back. CH, hello. I'm so glad you made it. I was so happy to see your comments. Coming back has been so anxious and rough, but I've been welcomed with a lot of open arms, and seeing you here makes me super happy. So thank you for coming back. I always loved your comments and you being here. So welcome. And yeah, do you know about Lauren the Mortician, Janet, all of this mumbo jumbo? Are you caught up on the tea? So what do you think about this video?
Are you asking me or are you like asking the audience?
Both.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I don't really know like a lot of the legal side of it, so it's nice to have someone kind of break it down for me. But I think she should have to pay back their legal fees because it's such a frivolous suit. Like this shouldn't even be a thing in the first place. So I definitely think it probably will get tossed out. Like I think it will probably get dismissed if like in the long term. That's what I think will happen. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about the legal side of it, so it's hard for me to really say much about it.
Just, keep up with it though. Faux show.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're learning together.
One thing that I'm going to force all of you to watch right now, you may have already watched it. I don't know. But I shared it on my community tab, and it was absolutely the best thing that I've watched. It's only 5 minutes, but it's 6 minutes of Jelly Roll.
Oh, Jelly Roll, yeah.
Yeah, to the Senate meeting, and he just absolutely blows this out of the water. And I could watch it 100 times. I fucking love this man. When he was in concert and he stood up on Rep Arena's stage and he just bawled his eyes out, so fucking thankful for his life. and just I feel like he's so fucking humble and just such a good human. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He really is inspiration of starting at the bottom and following your dreams no matter what they are, changing your life, doing the right thing, helping other people, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. And I just love him.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's watch this real quick.
Used to having a rock and roll band behind me when I have a microphone in front of me. During the time that I've been given to share my testimony here, I think it's important to note before I start that in these 5 minutes I'll be speaking that somebody in the United States will die of a drug overdose, and it is almost a 72% chance that during those 5 minutes it will be fentanyl related. Having started that way, Chairman Brown, Ranking Member Scott, and esteemed committee members, thank you for having me. I know this is a bit of a curveball, but I like a little baseball myself. My name is Jason D4, but to most I am known as Jelly Roll. It is important to establish earlier that I am a musician and that I have no political alliance. I am neither Democrat nor Republican. In fact, because of my past, my right to vote has been restricted. Thus far, I have never paid attention to a political race in my life. Ironically, I think that makes me the perfect person to speak about this because fentanyl transcends partisanship and ideology, gentlemen and women. This is a
I love that he said that because I think he's the perfect person to talk about it too. And I love
Yeah.
how intelligent he sounds. Like, I mean, and he probably is so intelligent, but we've never got to see this side of him, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was really cute too because Bunny, his wife, posted a TikTok of like her sitting directly behind him, and he's like got his arm behind himself, and he's grabbing her foot because he was really anxious. It was really cute. So he's holding on to her foot, like I guess before he was about to speak,
Oh,
and
yeah,
or like
you can see
before.
her hair.
Yeah, I know her hair's sticking up behind him. It
Yeah. No, I just
was really
love this
cute.
man. Okay.
Yeah.
totally different problem. And I was speaking outside to the media, and I gave them a statistic that said 190 people a day overdose and die every single day in the United States of America. That is about a 737 plane. That's what about a 737 aircraft can carry. Could you imagine the national media attention it would get if they were reporting that a plane was crashing every single day and killing 190 people? But because it's 190 drug addicts, we don't feel that way. Because America has been known to bully and shame drug addicts instead of dealing and trying to understand what the actual root of the problem is with that.
I thought that was a really good analogy too, and it broke my heart like
Mhm.
hearing it like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
That's a
definitely.
fucking insane amount of fucking people a day, and nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
But the sad news is that that narrative is changing too, because the statistics say that in all likelihood, almost every person in this room has lost a friend, family member, or colleague to the disease known as addiction. I've attended more funerals than I care to share with y'all. This committee, I could sit here and cry for days about the caskets I've carried of people I love dearly, deeply, in my soul, good people, not just drug addicts, uncles, friends, cousins, normal people. Some people that just got in a car wreck and started taking a pain pill to manage it. One thing led to the other. And how fast it spirals out of control, I don't think people truly understand. So many people.
And that's the thing. Nobody just woke up one day and decided to shoot up fucking heroin. And it's like
Yeah.
those, you know, I'm not going to get into it, but I have to stop it anyway. But that, you know, it is. It's, ugh, I don't know. I could go for
It's
days. I'm
like
not going to go for days.
it's like yeah, it's like the frog and pot analogy. Like just if you put a frog in boiling water right away, it'll jump out. But if you put a frog in lukewarm water and you turn it up very slowly, gradually over time, it will continue to adjust and it won't realize that it's slowly being cooked alive until the temperature is so hot that it's that'll be when it recognizes the danger when it's too late. And that's kind of how addiction is. It very slowly creeps up on you, and little by little, it gets worse and worse over time. And you don't really realize there's a problem until it's too late, until you're locked in.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
And, you know,
Hmm.
and the crazy thing is there's probably a couple of those politicians sitting up there, you know what I mean, that are insane
Yeah.
alcoholics that chug, you know, whiskey every night
Hmm.
when they get home, or they probably pop Xanax and pain pills, but because they
Oh,
have the
yeah.
money to afford it, you know what
Yep.
I mean, and still live their life. That's the thing is
Right.
that drug addiction for very extremely wealthy people is maintainable.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be extremely fucking wealthy, and then they usually end up dying still. But you
Yeah.
know, look at Matthew Perry, but and all the other people. But I just
Yeah.
guarantee, you know what I mean. I hate that that addiction cannot be cured or helped or made better because of fucking politicians. But anyways, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah.
people. Equally, I think it's important for me to tell y'all that I'm not here to defend the use of illegal drugs. And I also understand the paradox of my history as a drug dealer standing in front of this committee. But equally, I think that's what makes me perfect to talk about this. I was a part of the problem. I am here now standing as a man that wants to be a part of the solution. I brought my community down. I hurt people. I was the uneducated man in the kitchen playing chemist with drugs I knew absolutely nothing about, just like these drug dealers are doing right now when they're mixing every drug on the market with fentanyl, and they're killing the people we love. I'll be honest with y'all, my desire is to only get older and only do better and be better. I believed when I sold drugs genuinely that selling drugs was a victimless crime. I truly believe that, y'all. My father always told me what doesn't get you in the wash will get you in the rinse. Now I have a 15-year-old daughter whose mother is a drug addict. Every day I get to look in the eyes of a victim in my house.
I never heard that analogy. What gets you in the water gets you in the rinse. And what is even crazier is it makes you think about shooting dope. You know what I mean? And like, and it
Yeah.
is such a good analogy because now he's talking about how his daughter's mom is, in active addiction. And it's like, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
had never heard that. And I'm country as fuck, so I don't know how, but I love that analogy.
I never heard that, but I was trying to. Does that just mean something? It'll get you sooner or later. If it doesn't get you one way, it'll get you like
Yeah,
later
if
on,
it gets
basically.
you in the water, then it'll get you in the rinse. Yeah. So if it don't
Mhm.
happen right then, maybe one day it's going to. And so now he's saying
Yeah.
it's coming back to bite him because he didn't think it was a victim crime, and now he stares at his daughter every day, and it's
Yeah.
so sad.
That is sad. I didn't know like the history like of his I didn't really know his history like very well. I didn't know he used to be a dealer. I didn't know that his kid's mom, biological mom was an active addiction. So that's really sad. I didn't know that.
Of the effects of drugs every single day. And every single day I have to wonder, me and my wife, if today will be the day that I have to tell my daughter that her mother became a part of the national statistic. History repeats itself, gentlemen. Even in the 1990s, crack cocaine had long made its way into my middle lower class neighborhood. And at that moment, even as a teenager, you could have never convinced me in that moment that there would be a far bigger problem on the horizon in the form of a pharmaceutical drug. And then I watched opioids and Oxycontin burst onto the scene. I'm here to tell y'all that fentanyl is going to make the Sackler family look like saints.
That gave me cold chills.
Wow. Yeah, he's so well spoken. I like you would like it's so cool to hear him speak. I just think like I hope he does more stuff like this because I think he did really well. I think he was like naturally I think he's naturally like a really good speaker and I just hope he does more stuff like this to try to change stuff like in the laws basically because we have so many laws that are meant to just like throw addicts in jail and throw away the key and we need to like reform prisons and reform the way we even look at addicts and not just look at them as like criminals who did it to themselves but empathize with them and realize that they're people that are hurting with substance abuse disorder. We need like more resources to help them and harm reduction, not punishing them more, you know?
I don't know. I swear, girl, I'm over here trying to hold back my tears. I've already listened to it 10 times, but when he says that about his daughter and the Sackler family, that gave me it just. Ugh. All right, I'm
Mhm.
not going to mute it again. I'm just going to let it play out. It's 2 minutes. Don't copyright me, Jelly Roll. We homies.
And I want to let y'all sit with that for a second. It is time for us to be proactive and not reactive. We were reactive with crack, we were reactive with opioids, and y'all are taking the first step at somebody in Senate finally being proactive. I truly believe in my heart that this bill will stop the supply and can help stop the supply of fentanyl. But in part of being proactive, gentlemen and women and ladies, I have to be frank and tell y'all that if we don't talk to the other side of Capitol Hill and stop the demand, we're going to spin our tires in the mud. Y'all are taking the first step, but I encourage you to take it outside of this room. You take it to your colleagues and your constituents, and you give them the most that you can. I know I've got a few seconds here, and Senator Brown said I may or may not go over. All I want to say is that I not only encourage y'all to do this, I encourage y'all to take it a step further. At every concert I perform, I witness the heartbreaking impact of fentanyl. I see fans grappling with this tragedy in the form of music that they seek solace in music and hope that their experiences won't befall others. They crave reassurance. These are the people I'm here to speak for, y'all. These people crave reassurance that their elected officials actually care more about human life than they do about ideology and partisanship. I stand here as a regular member of society. I am a stupid songwriter, y'all, but I have firsthand witnessed this in a way most people have not. I encourage y'all to not only pass this bill, but I encourage you to bring it up where it matters, at the kitchen table. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. D. Ford. Hi, everyone. Doorstep.
And he is in the whole thing. There's like a whole 2-hour thing. If anybody wants to go watch it, you can look it up. But yeah, it's the Senate hearing on the fentanyl bill. And I'm sorry that we went on a field trip, but y'all know how I be. Okay, y'all know how I be.
Speaking of which, did you see Cece Suarez? Did you see her interaction with Bunny about the whole Janet the lawyer thing? Did you
We're
see
going
their
to
back
CC.
and forth?
Yeah, we're going to CC next.
Yeah.
I'm
And
just
I like my
Tira,
favorite.
if
I
you're
think.
still here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say, and I think one of my favorite things was just like seeing like the interactions with like I was telling you, when you try to copyright strike someone, YouTube will send you the interaction between them and that person. Like hearing like Paige Christie and like the other creators like read their interaction with Janet, so like freaking hilarious. Like it's so wild and off the
Oh,
wall. Like
yes.
you have to see it to believe it.
That's what I had was a TikTok clip of that, of one of those. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, he did. He spoke so beautifully, CH. Tira, if you're
yeah.
still here, I am letting you know that I still love so much that you made this for me, and I'll keep it forever. And let's go on a
Oh, did she make the field
You
trip
say
thing?
that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes.
Yeah, she made that for me. Girl, you know I couldn't make that shit.
I just didn't know who made it. That's cool though. Thanks, Kira.
Yeah, she's made that for me quite a while ago. Okay, so let's see. Before I got canceled, all right, Cece Suarez. I do think she's a really pretty girl.
Yeah, I was about to say she's gorgeous, and she just had a baby too, and she looks amazing.
Yes, and they moved in a new house, and it is so cute. And her office is to die for.
Yeah.
And I like her anti MLM content too, and I think that
Oh
it's
yeah.
very good that someone continues to talk about MLMs and the harm that they cause and stuff, because more and more of them
Yeah.
are popping up every single day.
And for some reason, it's always like Mormon people. Like, what's up with Mormon people and MLMs? They seem to like go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like, so many of them like are like Mormon creators, and it's just so
Well,
crazy. I don't
did
know
you
why.
video? She just put out a video a day ago, and it's about a new MLM, and it is ran by very right winged people,
Yeah.
who call themselves patriots. And she's like, you can be a patriot without, you know, but they are basing this whole thing off that they're helping stop human trafficking and donating all this money to it. And when the man who started it, they don't even have the products to sell yet. It's that new.
Oh
But
no.
the man who started it, when he reached out to this organization, that helps with all this human trafficking, this nonprofit, the man's wife liked the idea of the MLM so much that they are now partners with him.
Oh wow, really?
And so it's like someone doing so good, and the guy's like a minister and everything, like someone who just does so good in the world is now the owner of an MLM. Like, what are you doing?
That's really disappointing.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. That's disappointing, but not surprising. Because, like I said, for some reason, Mormons and MLMs, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Like LuLaRoe, that was an MLM. That's since gone under, but that was like a really really big one for a while.
Yeah. And what was the Young Living? That was
Oh
Mormons.
yeah. Oh my gosh, was that the one with the oils? And yeah, yeah, the oils. I remember there were people that were that like ran the Young Living. They were encouraging people to ingest the oils. Like
Yeah,
it was
my friend
crazy.
sold it and sent me a whole starter box as my wedding gift, and
Oh
told
wow.
me to, before my wedding, to put like 2 drops of something in my mouth, 2 drops under my feet, 2 drops behind my ears, a drop in my eyeball. I'm like, bitch, are you trying to kill me on my wedding day? Like, what in the
Do I need to
fuck?
put any up my butt too? Like, good God. Put,
Shove a whole essential oil up my butthole. Oh
just
my
put a whole
God.
bottle up there for good measure.
Field trip. Shannon put the little bus. Do
Mr.
y'all love our field trips, don't you? I missed them so much. I swear I came back because I couldn't live without them. Okay.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know Cece Suarez, this is her page. I'm pulling up where you sent me that time stamp right now.
Oh yeah, that's Bunny talking about like introducing us to Janet basically. It was 31:20,
Oh,
I think.
that's on Do We Know Them? I thought you sent me a
Oh,
Cece Suarez timestamp.
did I? I don't remember.
Oh, maybe I was looking at it. Okay, hold on a second. So, which one was first? Okay, so this is the first one where she mentions Bunny for like 2 seconds. This is where I want to
Yeah.
show you all her all's correspondence with Bunny, where she texted Bunny.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to my channel. As I said at the end of my
Hold on.
role. On this podcast, she interviews a wide range of people, celebrities, musical people, influencers, and even her husband. Now, she met her husband, Jelly Roll, in 2015 when she was attending one of his concerts. He has, oh my goodness, the voice of an absolute angel. It is so beautiful.
I agree.
YouTube that I made explaining like the update of this whole situation, saying that Jeanette tried to have my video taken down for copyright, which it was not copyright infringement on behalf of Bunny. And obviously I read through all those correspondence in my last video and it is just truly wild. So Bunny XO commented on that video and said, "Why is my name being brought into this?" Laughing emoji. "I've never tried to have any of your videos taken down, girly. Take care." With a heart, a shooting star, and a little sparkle. And I said, "Babe, is Jeanette going rogue? Please talk to your lawyer. She has been fighting with YouTube for the last week, saying that you are going to sue me and YouTube/Google for copyright infringement when my content is protected under fair use." Quite interesting. So I, of course, pinned that comment on that short. And what do you know? Since then, Bunny deleted that comment. And after I had seen that she had DM'd me and then blocked me, and I was just so confused, I commented back and said, "Girl, you DM me on TikTok at 1 a.m. saying that you DM me on Instagram and then blocked me on both TikTok and Instagram. What are you doing?" And then Bunny responded back saying, "You insult me in your TikTok post, then expect me to want to have a conversation. No, girl, I never expected you to want to have a conversation, but you DM'd me saying that you wanted to, and then you blocked me. So I saw this video first, then the other one, I'll unblock you to give you my number." And like I said, since then, Bunny deleted her comments. How do we?
So I want to give a preface. I love Bunny, okay, but Bunny does need to take just maybe a smidge of accountability for her role with Janet. But you know, I it's not Bunny's fault that she referred a lawyer to someone and that lawyer completely acted a fool. You know what I mean? Like what Janet has done with Lauren the Mortician and suing you know, the girlies and all this, that should not come back on Bunny. I don't think or agree with at all.
Yeah, like if I was Bunny, because she is the source, like in the Do We Know Them podcast, the clip I sent you is basically Bunny introducing her lawyer, and like she was the one who introduced her lawyer to all these other people and stuff, and so I do think she should make some kind of public statement and just be like, you know, I was unaware of some of the drama happening with my lawyer. I've since parted ways with her. I don't condone any of what she's been doing. I definitely think she should have made some like public statement, like she eventually did and responded to comments and stuff. But I feel like she should have at least like apologized to like Cece and been like, you know, at least acknowledged it, because obviously that's her lawyer representing Bunny. So she should at least apologize on her behalf and take some accountability. You know?
I think that, yeah, and I think well, you're going to see, Cece's going to say, and I agree with this, that she should have made a public statement saying that she fired Janet. Right. She didn't agree with what she was doing and, you know, whatever ideas. Right. So, okay, hold on.
We know because you can see right here that there's no pinned comment on this video. The pinned comment was deleted. So cool, which whatever. That's okay. She can do that if she wants. So she messaged me on TikTok like I had showed y'all and said, "Hey girl, I messaged you on IG." And then she said, "Hey girl, I had seen your video on YouTube first, then saw your one on TikTok. You have to understand, I've been dragged into this And honestly, I don't want to be involved. I am a communicator though, and I'm always down to talk things out. Feel free to call me anytime. But just know I was sent your video and wasn't offended at all. I don't care if you were offended. That's a you problem, not me. I've even said she didn't say anything bad. So why am I being brought into this again? Also, before I responded back to her, and when I had just seen her comment at that point when she's like, I've never tried to have anything taken down, I did post it on my Instagram story and I was like, so this is interesting, but I don't believe this to be true. That she has like no idea. And that's okay. That's just my opinion. So as you saw, Bunny did suggest that I call her and that we talk it out. I personally.
Okay, so she's about to show all of her and Bunny's DMs, which I don't think was necessary. And she also acts like she's almost too good to talk to Bunny on the phone, and she would have to record the video or the call. And I'm like, bitch, what? Like, who even are you? Like, I don't know. That rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I also didn't like when she was like, when, Bunny said, I wasn't offended by your video. And she's like, well, I don't care if you would have been offended by my video. Like, she's
That's
just
a you problem. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
yeah.
next. Yeah, that irked my nerves. That irked my nerves. Yeah.
She's
So
just
this is where
unnecessarily bitchy.
this is where I don't like Cece's stuff. I think Cece's other video before this one, you should watch the entire thing if you want to. It's amazing. She did it beautifully. I think it was the best, deep dive coverage into all of this and stuff. But yeah, I don't like the way she handles this with Bunny. So let's go.
Don't want to do that. I'm not really comfortable doing that. Also, my son is in a stage where he's not like screaming. He does do that, but like right now he's in his crib right now, just yelling. Like he's not crying. He's talking. He's finding his voice. He's finding his vocal range, and he's fine. He's playing with a toy in there. He's okay. So I'm not trying to like be stressed trying to entertain him while being on the phone with her. And I don't have any interest in that at all. Also, I would want to record that conversation for my own protection and for just legal purposes. However, she lives in Tennessee, and that is a one-party consent state in regards to recording conversations. But then I live in Florida, which is a two-party consent state. So I can't do that. If I was going to record anyone, I would let them know ahead of time, because I'm not a complete piece of trash. So we DM'd instead, and I have a lot to say about this. I said, good morning. I won't be able to talk on the phone for all the reasons that I just explained to y'all, but you are correct. I didn't say anything too bad about you and expressed my disappointment. Since Monday morning around 2 a.m. Eastern time, Jeanette, your lawyer, has been trying to get my content removed from YouTube. She submitted copyright claims on your behalf. My content is protected under fair use and is not infringing on your rights. She also said in this correspondence that YouTube forwarded to me that if YouTube does not remove my content, hold all funds/payouts from my channel, and prevent me from publishing content in the future, that you, Bunny XO, will be suing me and suing YouTube/Google. Here's the Google Drive link to the PDF version of Jeanette's correspondence with YouTube's legal team. YouTube has sided with me and is not taking down my content. Girl, you gotta fire Jeanette yesterday. And that's just my own opinion. Like, this woman is acting like this when you say that you have no idea. I also think it's really interesting that Bunny said.
So
my personal opinion about her like reasoning for not wanting to have like a phone call with Bunny, I think it's BS. Like, oh well, my son, he'd be crying in the background and making noise. I think because like she said, she lives in a two-party consent state and Bunny lives in a one-party consent state. I think she just realized she couldn't record the call without Bunny knowing. And since she wanted to share the conversation, she just figured it would be easier to share text messages or DMs versus, clipping like audio or whatever. You know what I mean?
So much. She wanted whatever her and Bunny said directly for her to be able to blast on the internet. And so that's why she texted her. And she was like, I just have no interest in that. Like, you have no interest in speaking to Bunny on the phone. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, you, a YouTuber, have no interest in speaking to the subject of one of your videos for an update. I highly doubt that. Plus, honestly,
Bunny is so successful. Like, I would like even if I wasn't a Bunny fan, I would want to talk to her on the phone, squash this, and maybe get some tips from her. Like, girl, her podcast is killing your YouTube page. Like, get some suggestions and make a friendship, build a connection, network, boo. What is wrong with you?
Honestly, it was really nice of Bunny to reach out in the first place, because think of how like big she is, how busy she is and successful she is. Like the fact that she's reaching out to like a YouTuber, like not that they're lower than her, but I just mean because she has so much going on and she has a lot more like she's a lot more like she's more well known and stuff. It just shows like how humble she is. I think like that she's trying to reach out to these people that are making these videos and try to solve it instead of just being like a bitch and blasting them on Twitter or blocking them or whatever,
Bunny is an actual celebrity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She could have told you to fuck off and sent you a cease and desist. you know,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
she didn't. She sent you her phone number. Like, be
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we're Southern. It's a Southern thing.
Right. Like just have a little bit of kindness and like recognize that she's trying to be genuine and meet you where you're at. Maybe try to show her a little bit of like kindness back. Like she's being such a bitch to her right off the bat for no reason. And I don't get why. Like, oh, I don't care if my video bothered you. That's a you problem. Like she's just I can't stand her mean girlness. Like I do kind of like how snarky and sassy she is sometimes, but she overdoes it. You know what I mean? She just like tries too hard just to be a bitch for the sake of being a bitch, you know? And it just irritates me. Like I do like a lot of her stuff,
I
but that is
like
one
her
thing.
videos. I like her content. I like how she covers it. I like how she talks, but I would not
Yeah.
ever hang out with her in real life. I don't think. I think I would
Oh
smack her.
no. I feel like she'd secretly be talking shit about you the whole time, via text to her husband or someone. I don't know.
Yeah, and I hate
You
to
know?
prejudge someone like that after everything that just went down with me. Maybe she's an
Yeah.
absolute saint and a sweetheart, and she puts up this image to like not have people try to fuck with her, or
Right.
maybe
Maybe.
I don't know. There's a million of if and buts, and but I
Yeah.
still support her. I'm subscribed and I watch her stuff, so that's really all the
Right.
effing she cares about me anyway.
Right.
Said, why am I being dragged into this? Bunny had Lauren the Mortician on her podcast. Now, from what I have seen, there are sometimes multiple different versions of Bunny's podcast released, or they will sometimes take them down, re-edit them, and put them back up. For instance, the one with Lauren, part about Jamie Grayson, the child safety expert that was in a TIFF and really where all of this started with Lauren the Mortician, who has still not had his account reinstated on TikTok because of Lauren the Mortician and Jeanette Braun. When Bunny and Lauren were talking about him on the Bunny XO Dumb Blonde podcast, the way Lauren was basically just rewriting history and making herself out to be the victim and being like, all I did was post one video or one response. And it's like, no, you didn't do that. You didn't do that at all. Like it was a lot more than that. And no, like it was way worse than that. You're not the victim here. Like, what are you talking about? Wild. And then just kept on with this idea of like, well, he doesn't have kids. Well, he's an expert in it. Is he going to teach? Like, is he going to start talking about embalming stuff? Like, no, just because he has a dead relative or seen a dead body. No, he would leave that to you because that's something that you're an expert in. It's truly wild. And the misandry that is sprinkled in there and the discrediting of his certifications and making it seem like, oh, he just printed off the certification off the internet and all that is not okay. Now, the thing is, Bunny can try to say like, oh, I just interview people. No, that's not all you do. What you do is egging them on and hyping up their story, no matter how false it might be. You're not just asking them questions. Like you're not Lex Friedman over here who just like cut and dry asking questions, and you're not using protective language, and you're giving more credibility to their story, no matter how false it is. So
Okay, so I think I talked about this before you were here, and I
Mhm.
do agree with this, especially for the Lauren the Mortician part. I don't know that she's
Yeah.
done this with other people, nor have I looked into it, but I do know that she has went back and edited her Lauren the Mortician more than once and completely changed the narrative of it about what happened with Lauren, because she didn't know shit about the child safety man, and I already described this
Yeah.
to everyone like in detail, but she didn't, after Bunny seen what happened, she didn't want that image portrayed because Bunny just agreed with everything Lauren said. So I
Yeah.
didn't know if you knew that she had went back and edited that to change the narrative, kind of.
Yeah, I didn't know that she did that. First of all, I didn't like how Lauren, like when she made her post on Facebook, she left out the part where Jamie was like an actual CP at whatever it is, like a child safety expert. She made it sound like he was just this creepy random man with like a baby fetish and 15 strollers in his apartment. And I didn't like that. And that's the thing about Lauren. I feel like she tells like a lot of like half truths. And as far as like Bunny, like I feel like she should probably research people a little bit more before she has them on, because she was just kind of like, agreeing with everything she said and not really knowing what she was talking about. And I feel like that's kind of your duty as the leader of a podcast, is to like know what's going on with people before they come on. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was kind of sloppy and bad on her part. So hopefully she learns from it and does better from now on.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with all of that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I didn't know about a lot of this that she's about to say right now. We're not going to go through this whole thing, y'all, either. We're about done.
you're not innocent here. Bunny XO allegedly is the person who referred all of these creators who have been very problematic to Jeanette Braun, allegedly. It's also interesting that she said, again, not only why am I being dragged into this, or I'm being brought into this again. And it's like, you again, you are not innocent of this. You're not someone who can just wash your hands of this. You are involved in this. I hardly included Bunny XO in my video. Of all of the individuals that we talked about, each of their little portions of the video, hers was probably the shortest. But she's being brought back into this and included in this entire situation, this entire story, because your dingus of a lawyer is submitting copyright strikes on people on their content to try to have it taken down. And there have been clips of you and her other clients saying that you're in support of that. And that's not okay. And she specifically did it to me. That's why I'm making multiple videos about it. You're being brought into it because she's your lawyer that you pay and is acting on your behalf and he works for you. Why wouldn't you be brought into it? So to continue with these DMs, Bunny said, I'll talk to Jeanette today. I bet you will. I have a team that takes down anything defamatory or deemed that. I don't even see what is being taken down because I don't have time. And two, I don't allowing that negativity in. That's fine that you have a team that takes down things that are defamation or have been deemed as such, but my content isn't deemed as such, and submitting copyright takedown requests because you think something's defamation, like that's not right. That's not a proper use of those reporting systems. If you think something is defamation and someone is, really doing it, then sue them for defamation. If you really think it's defamation, then bring a defamation lawsuit onto them. I actually
Okay, so I needed to pause it for a second, but this is where I'm going to slow this down for just to 1.25 because this is Bunny's text response. This is very important.
Appreciated your approach and I had no issue with it. And just to clear the record, like I told Becca Day also, I don't just take people's things down for not liking me.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellie.
Now that's interesting because weren't you threatening to sue Becca Day multiple times because she said something that you didn't like? If you don't know, what are you doing? Becca Day is a TikToker and she posted this on her TikTok story. TikTok has stories now too. It said, for full transparency, after having some things sent to me last night and today, I believe both Kelsey and Bunny didn't tell me the truth. In my opinion, for what has been observed in comment sections and live streams in the past 48 hours, they knew what they were doing and they are refusing to understand what copyright laws are. What a shame. Bunny texted her and said, Becca, you are really showing your character. I have told you nothing but the truth. I have zero reason to lie, but what you aren't going to do is keep using my name to fuel the fire online for your agenda. Especially when you were telling half truths, I unfollowed you.
I don't like that she showed Becca's text either. Even
Right.
if Becca wants to show Becca's text, I just feel like this is for clout.
Right.
Because down here in stars, looks where it says text and DMs exposed.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly why she didn't want to take a phone call with Bunny, because she wanted to share like the text exchange. And obviously it's easier to share a text exchange than a phone call. And like she said, she lives in a two-party consent state and Bunny lives in a one-party consent state. So I guess legally she wouldn't be able to share it. So the whole thing about, oh, my son, he'd be making noise in the background. Well, he has a daddy that could look after him while you talk to Bunny on the phone,
And he's
so.
still like so young. He still probably takes 3 2-hour naps a day,
Exactly. So that was BS.
I think though that like if I was in her situation, of course I would want people to know I talked to Bunny, but I would just be like, oh my God, I texted Bunny today, like
right.
But
Yeah.
who am I? I won't even release texts that I can prove make me not a liar and save my entire reputation and character, and I don't put them out because something's wrong with me and I have too much fucking care for evil people. Okay, I'm muting my mic before I say too much.
Because you blatantly lied in the video I asked you to make. If this continues, I will take legal action. That's not a threat. That's me coming to you as a woman who has a brand to protect and refuses to let you keep lying and harassing me. That's not harassment. What is your attorney's info? I'm hiring counsel to address this from here on out. You're hiring counsel. Let's hope it's not Janet. And of course, I have Becca Day's permission to share all of this because she is amazing. True girly, if you will. Becca Day responded back to Bunny and said, Kelsey went on live today and said she would happily take anyone's content down, talking poorly of her. She said she had the resources and she'd do it again. She commented on your video saying, thank you for teaching me your ways, and you responded back positively. You reposted Lauren's video that paints Kitty in a disgusting light and is filled with provable lies. I do not understand women who move like this. We are calling out something illegal that is taking place on this app, and multiple creators, you, Kelsey, Gabby, have all admitted to being a part of false copyright strikes. That is true. Attorneys reaching out to me, advising me on how to report this to the proper government agencies. Bunny, if my lawyer or manager was filing false copyright strikes in my name illegally with someone who I had an issue with on the internet, I would make it known. I would make a statement, but none of you guys have done that. Instead, it has been a consistent double down. You guys are mad at me for calling out something illegal happening on the internet that you are involved in. Your anger is misdirected. That's something that I have said so much. It's like, so you're mad at
I also think that she showed that because that was such an eloquent response.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
she did. She did have a
Becca's
point. Like,
response was like beautifully written.
yeah, I definitely agree. Bunny like should have like spoken out publicly because whether or not she wants to be drugged into drama, whether or not she had good intentions, she's still a part of it, whether she likes it or not. So she should just own it and say, I'm sorry. Like, I just want to make it clear, I do not stand for any of the drama that's been happening with my lawyer. A lot of things have been happening that I was not aware of, and blah blah blah. And I've since let her go, but it took a while for her to even do that. And like I said, she responded in comments and said that she let her go, but I feel like she should have made like some kind of formal statement. She made a video when there was some kind of drama about her not shaking some kid's hand, so why couldn't she do the same about this lawyer drama that's been going on for weeks now?
Oh,
Months,
exactly.
months actually, longer than weeks, months at this point, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. Everyone who's in here still in the chat, will you put a 1 in the chat if you want us to talk about Casey Anthony's parents' documentary where they took a lie detector test next? Or put a 2 in the documentary, Lord help my soul. Put a 2 in the chat if you would rather us talk about some JK stuff that's going on. And I wanted, there's like a few just like random things. There's like that TikTok 9-month world cruise, like, and just do like a couple little random things, or if we should go into the Casey Anthony stuff. 1 for Casey, 2 for JK, TikTok dramas, things like that. Okay, so I want to play just I want to finish the text and then we'll be done with this one.
All right.
Commentators for commenting on your behavior. Why don't you just stop the behavior? What? Like, you're mad at someone for calling you out, but it's like, are you mad you got caught? Like, what's going on here? And then Bunny said, I'm allowed to defend my friends. That doesn't make you the judge or the jury to keep slandering my name. It's not considered slander. Also, in this instance, if it was defamation, it would be libel, not slander, because it is published to the internet. What is your attorney's name? I will be suing you. And Becca Day said, for sharing that I believe you were not honest with me, for sharing my opinion. This is all so bizarre to me. People can speak about you online negatively or positively and share their opinions. So Bunny continues in the DM to me and said, I have a bone to pick with Caruso because she body shames my husband, and what we will never do is talk about Papa Bear. Ugh, cringe. I'll go to war for my family. Wonderful, love that for you. And Reddit people who clearly try to cause harm and just spread vicious lies. That's it. Anyone else saying I have things taken down is lying. Now I have a lot to say about this. So I let her know, which you'll see in a second, but I don't know much about this Caruso person. They are a creator on TikTok. They do like internet drama commentary, stuff like that. From what I have been told by other people, she seems like kind of a and that she like takes things too far and just like is unprofessional. And you can be like sassy and fun and cool, but still be professional. So yeah, seems like she just takes things way too far. And obviously body shaming someone that's not cool. Don't do that. That's not nice. But also that's not defamation. Is it rude? Yeah. If it's very, very consistent and continuous, could it be considered harassment and bullying? Of course. But that's not defamation. It's not lies. It's opinions. It's someone's negative opinion. They don't have a good opinion about you. They're able to share that, especially on the internet. That's freedom of speech. Now, if people are lying about you, of course, yes, that's defamation. And of course, they have to be saying it as a fact instead of just like,
Yeah, that's one thing I feel like people throw around so
not okay.
loosely. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
I always own up to any.
No, I didn't. I forgot how much she talked before she went to the next part of the text. So I just was trying to scroll over. Okay, I was seeing how many people of our friends were still in here. So CH says either one, and Babyfest says 1 or 2. Okay, so I think we should do Casey Anthony another night because it's already so late.
That's
That
cool.
way we could really get into it. Maybe we could do it tomorrow night if you're. I don't know what you're doing. Or I can do it tomorrow night. Do you care
I'm
about
ready to
Casey?
eat that.
Was that a topic you wanted to do?
Oh, I love Casey Anthony. I'm fully invested. Yeah, but I am kind of tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed here soon. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We can end this one, not too late. We can just
yeah.
go like because You can get off whenever you want. I was just going to
Yeah.
show a couple other things. Okay,
I'm just
so
scrubbing my
next thing,
microwave.
next thing I want you to put in the chat, okay? My two people who are still hanging hard, CH and Babyface, love y'all. I bet Shannon's asleep holding her phone still on my life. So, and I love you still for that. But okay, I want you, if you know who Oliver Anthony is, I'm going to his concert on February 22nd. I want to play you his song that made him famous after this, and then maybe we'll just call it a night. Okay, so I want to
Oh, you
finish.
should share the kitten picture too, our palette
Wait, yes,
cleanser.
I need to switch to my phone to do that. So let me do this, and then I'll switch to my phone. Yes, we need a palette cleanse. Okay.
I helped my sister rescue a kitten, and she's so freaking cute. Like, it's been so cold lately, like in the single digits, and she's only like a few months old. We were able to save her, but not her mama. Her mama was too feral, but she's the absolute cutest. I can't wait to show you guys.
Yes. So you have to stay till the end to get the cat picture. Okay. I'm holding you hostage. But yeah, put any emoji in the chat if you know who Oliver Anthony is. So you do know who that is? Okay, cool. I'm obsessed with him. Like freaking obsessed. Okay. And yes, we will do Casey Anthony tomorrow because I got a lot to say about that. All right.
Mm-hmm. You and me both, girl.
Anything I've done and have kept it 100% through all this. The clip you used from my podcast was me talking about Reddit people, not TikTokers. Again, she says she's keeping it 100. You're not innocent. Bunny is not innocent. Back in the day, Cody shared and the Do We Know Them podcast shared it too. The copyright reports, the takedown requests through Instagram that Jeanette was doing. It was Jeanette. The receipts are there. Jeanette taking it down. And it was a lot. It wasn't just clips of Bunny's podcast. It was a lot of things that had no clips from Bunny's podcast included on those certain slides that were also taken down. And then Cody's Instagram was banned. And you can say all day long, oh, I didn't know. It doesn't matter if you didn't know. Your lawyer is acting on your behalf. And I'm sure you find out that these things are happening because there's such an uproar on the internet, but yet she's still doing it and she works for you and you pay her to do all these things. Like, don't you see on those billable hours? Don't you see on those invoices every time she charges you to do something? Don't you see that? But yet you're still using her and her actions still continue on your behalf. You're not innocent just because you're not doing it. You're paying for it to be done. And like I said, with her podcast, she has on guests and doesn't just, ask questions here and there. I'm just in an interview where I'm just sitting here. No, you are giving these people's story more credibility, not just by interviewing them and, having them on your platform, but by egging them on and adding your own 2 cents.
She's just repeating herself at that point. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are your final thoughts on this?
I feel like I'm so brain dead right now.
Are you tired?
Yeah, just I think I've been like catching like a cold or something. I'm like kind of raspy and just kind of like bleh. But yeah, I think like I said, I feel like Bunny, I feel like she should have taken accountability sooner because regardless of what your intentions are, I have no doubt that her heart has been in the right place. And when she suggested Janet to these people that, she had the right intentions and she thought that they were going to act on in their best interest and do right by them. But unfortunately, she had to find out the hard way that this lady's crazy. And regardless of what her intentions, impact matters more than intentions because like if you're drunk, let's say you get into your car and you're drunk and you have every good intention of getting home safe, not hurting anyone, but if you get into an accident and hurt someone else, does it really matter that you didn't mean to? No. I mean, that's obviously an extreme example. That's not, I'm just trying to illustrate the
Well, I
point
mean,
that
hold on. I
impact
have
is
a really
more
good
important.
example. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Think about it like with my situation. When I was on YouTube, my intention was to be everyone's friend and expose all this stuff and do all this stuff to help everyone and support everyone and be everyone's friend. And I had a pure intention, but in that intention, I made bad choices by being friends with too many people, talking about too much stuff. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even like I was being malicious, but my intent was good and my action ended up being a goddamn dumpster fire,
Yeah. And I think Bunny's probably the same way. I think she tries to be like friends with everyone and tries to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. And that's probably why she ended up with Janet in the first place. Like, I'm sure there's probably red flags she saw and she overlooked it. Like, oh, I'm just going to wait, give her a chance, and not jump the gun on anything. And unfortunately, it bit her in the butt. And even though, like I said, she had good intentions, I feel like she should have taken accountability and not try to distance herself so much because Cece was right. At the end of the day, she's paying for this lady to do all this stuff. And, she should have stood up and been like, I don't agree with what she's doing. I'm so sorry, blah, 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 to those she affected and hurt. Because she has like that Jamie guy, he doesn't even have his main channel anymore. He's still trying to get it back. And,
Oh, they better get his channel back.
yeah, like so he's been on his backup channel, and then like the Do We Know Them girls, they got 2 strikes and they were close to losing their channel because you only get 3 strikes. So like I definitely think she should have stood up and made some kind of statement, just like she did with the handshaking controversy, and made it clear where she stood with that instead of trying so hard to distance herself. So that's basically
Yeah,
my main thoughts.
I agree
on
with everything you said, and I just want to see what happens when they, come back with this information
Yeah.
and what goes on with it. But I think that absolutely there will be no way, shape, or form
Mhm.
that any judge in the world would even allow this type of lawsuit to even get in front of a trial or anywhere near it. It's not going to happen.
Oh yeah. I think it's so obvious. A lot of like probably like 99% of the videos that were being struck were fair use videos, and it's just it's so ridiculous like that YouTube like that she was able to like get away with as much as she did because like Do We Know Them like they said on the Do We Know Them podcast, there she did have some success in getting strikes on channels and stuff like that, and that's a shame because obviously she's doing it in bad faith, and it's
Well,
kind of
and because
scary.
they started in TikTok land, okay? That's a
Yeah.
big part of this is getting things
Yeah.
removed, and strikes on TikTok are so easy, okay?
Yeah.
When they switched over to YouTube and they messed with Did We Know Them and the people on YouTube, that's when this became a deal because
Yeah.
YouTube is not gonna let the things happen that TikTok
Mhm.
happened. That's why my entire channel got taken from me. I had that video that had
Yeah.
10 million views. And that was the most embarrassing video in the entire fucking world. And I'm so glad that I can't find it anywhere, which I wish I had a copy for myself, but I don't. I know that my
Yeah.
Sarah has one in her phone, but she can't get it for me right now, but I will be able to save it at some point. But
Yeah.
um but the fact of the matter is like TikTok will let you like fuck with people so hard, and it's
Mhm.
not even for real nothing. Like people won't do nothing. Like
Yeah.
every single time I would go live, I would get kicked off live and banned, and I was talking about weight loss. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to help people. I wasn't doing anything wrong, and it would always like say the wildest reasons
Mhm.
why I was banned for like 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days. And I'm like, well, this is insanity.
Yeah, TikTok has got like so many issues to iron out. Like there's so many like fake pages that are made, and like I used to get so excited in the beginning because I'd see like this person I really like followed me, and then I didn't realize that it was like a fake page and stuff. And you can't report those pages. All you can do is block them. So it's like TikTok, and that's the crazy thing. It's crazy that Jeanette was able to report all these people on YouTube when she wasn't even a YouTuber herself. She was a TikToker. Like that's what's even crazier about it. And it's like kind of scary to think like that Kitty, she had like a wellness check and all that just from criticizing someone. Like I know they're entitled to check on everyone just to be on the safe side, but it's kind of scary to think about, because what if they would have like taken her? What if they would have believed that she was a danger to herself? So it's so fucked up, and it makes me so angry for her. And I hope that Kitty can sue them for harassment or something, because that's obvious blatant harassment, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And I think it's funny that Lauren, how she said, like in her video explanation, she was like, well, she was talking about eating organs and demonic things, but then on the 911 call, she never mentions it because I'm sure, like, hearing that, it's obvious it's satire. Like, if I heard someone say that someone was talking about eating organs, I would be like, oh, they're just messing around. You know what I mean? Like, it's so obvious. It's not a serious thing. So it's just, I don't know.
I know.
I just,
So,
yeah.
okay, everyone is going to have some homework for our next live. So I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow. If not, we'll do it Saturday. I'll keep y'all updated in my community tab like I always do. But if you have not watched or know anything about the Casey Anthony documentary where her parents got the lie detector test, like at least just watch like maybe, well, no, don't if you don't have time. But if you want to go watch it or watch like an overview, but I'm gonna break it down for you and my recaps are fab. And then we're going to discuss all of that with Casey Anthony. And I'm going to even go into her documentary some because I never got to talk. I wasn't on YouTube when her documentary she just put out not long ago came out. So we're going to talk about that too. And then we're going to, I want to touch base on a little bit about Summer Wells and what's going on with her case and like some wild shit with that. I don't like doing true crime because I feel like you need to be a certain type of person. I got crucified for being in recovery and wanting to do tea. I don't want to mix true crime and tea, but I do want to touch on that because that case is the most near and dear true crime case to my heart that of any of them, and it always will be. And then, if you don't know about the TikTok people that are on this 9-month cruise, it's a Royal Caribbean cruise. They just cruised past Antarctica, but they didn't get to stop. And they were supposed to be able to get off in like the Falk Islands or something that's like real close to there and see penguins. They didn't get to stop there. Like, and now there's rumors that it could be canceled. And when they hit Los Angeles, then that'll only be like 2.5 months in. But there's people that are very famous TikTokers that are like filming it and all kinds of stuff. It's wild. It's a hoot. We're going to talk about that and watch some videos and stuff about that. I love cruising, but I'll tell you right now, you could not fucking pay me $1 million to be on a cruise for 9.5 months. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The Wi-Fi is so expensive too. Like Jesus Lord, even that alone would drive me crazy. I'm kind of scared of cruise ships. Like it seems like a lot of people disappear while on cruises, and it really freaks me out.
No,
That's like one of my
the
biggest fears.
statistics are so low.
I know. It's
but
just like
like,
sharks, you know. Like
well,
so
the
few
cruise.
people actually get attacked by sharks, but still, it's a fear.
I'm going to give you my cruise advice right now. If you have to cruise with your kids, cruise Disney. If you are able to cruise without children, only ever cruise Virgin Voyage. Okay. It's an all adult cruise. It is the best cruise ship in the world. They are the nicest. It is the best. And if you can afford a Rockstar suite, get a Rockstar suite. And I'm telling you, you get treated like a fucking rock star. You can even get a regular room and then bid on a Rockstar suite and win the bids and upgrade and stuff. And it really is not that expensive of a vacation when you think about it because all your food, your drinks, everything's, you know what I mean, already paid for. But I love cruising. I fucking love it. But cruise food, even like the best of the best, which is Virgin's, Royal Caribbean has the worst cruise food in the entire world. Eating their food for 9 months, I would die. No. Okay, so there's my cruise advice for the evening. Now, I just want to play you all this song by Oliver Anthony. If you don't know who he is, you need to look him up, okay? I think this song was like the most viral song of 2023. He's just a good old country boy. He wrote this and put it on TikTok and it blew up. And he's playing at the Ryman in Nashville. And he has been offered, I don't know where he's at this point, but originally he'd been offered all kinds of deals, all kinds of money, and all this, that, and the other. And he was not taking anybody's offer right away. He didn't care about the money. He didn't want to charge a lot for his tickets. And he had like a lot of stipulations that he wanted full control of stuff. And he didn't want people to not be able to pay to come see him. And I paid for really good seats at the Ryman $100 for 2 tickets, and I had to get them immediately because his shit is selling out. You know what I mean? And I just think that he is such a good, humble person. You should look into him. But this song is freaking like incredible. Okay.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, cause the rich men.
I'm telling you, this part coming up will give everybody cold chills if you don't know the song.
I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got.
How fucking deep is that shit right there? Like
really
that shit right there. I couldn't believe he even went there with it, but that shit gives me cold chills every single freaking time. If the politicians would pay attention to minors and not just minors on an island somewhere, because we be living in Kentucky, baby. These minors out here were doing so good for so many years, and it's killed our fucking state. Like,
yeah.
But anyways, okay. Don't get my redneck ass going on minors.
Folks in the street ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men north of Richmond.
I just love him so much, dude. I fucking love this man.
Yeah, at first when you said his name, it didn't ring a bell, but then once I saw his face, I was like, "Oh, that's right. I remember now."
Hold on. I'm so watching it tomorrow. I live about 2 hours from where Casey Anthony lived. Oh, wow. I bet that was crazy around then. Oh yeah, I know of him. Good song, Fire Hit. He hits my soul deep. I know. He's got so many other good songs too. I mean, and another thing is, if you haven't seen people do reaction videos, like there's President Obama watches it. Like there's like huge songwriters, like, and all kinds of people that have reaction videos to his song, and it's just really cool to watch.
Yeah.
But I just love him, and I just had to share him with you all.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how people will be like unknown and then they just like blow up overnight? Like that's gotta be such a weird feeling.
That's what he
Like,
said, because they were like, oh my gosh, you're getting all this money because when it got onto YouTube or whatever, you know what I mean, and it went viral
mhm.
like this, like they're like, what are you gonna do when you get, checks with all this money? And he said, well, my mom wanted me to get a new car, and I can't remember what he said, but it was like, I think he said he had like a 90s Honda or 90s Corolla or something. And he's like,
Aw.
but my Corolla or whatever it is, he was like, it runs just fine. I don't need no new car. And
Aw.
so sweet.
Aw, how cute. I
Yeah,
love that.
I know. So I'm so excited to go see him. And his pitch, and this is a lot of people like that watch him and say like, yeah, does he have the perfect pitch and hit each note and stuff? It's like no, but his voice is just so original, and his lyrics in all of his songs are just like so raw. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But anyways, if y'all have anything else that you want me to talk about, because I'm a talker, I will. So let me know always. I am on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm not really on Instagram a lot, so don't let me lie to you. But I appreciate all of you. I love doing this. I'm so glad I'm back. Thank you all who stuck it out with us. I know it was really late. If you watched the replay crew, love you too. Sorry we went so late. We'll do it much earlier tomorrow or the next night based on my kids. And Stacy, as always, is the best co-host ever.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
So
thank you.
have a good night. Love you so much, CH. Thank you so much, Babyface. I hope you get your job. Please keep us updated and let us know.
Maybe we can share the kitten picture tomorrow when there's more people.
Oh shit! No, hold on. Y'all gotta see the kitten. Hold on, I'm going over there now. It'll just take me 2 seconds. I promised you the kitten at the end, and then it'll be the thumbnail. It'll be perfect. Hold on. Because I don't. I want it to be the picture that shows. The
She's
last
so
thing.
cute.
I
She's
know
so
it's the
cute.
cutest kitten ever. Y'all gotta wait for the kitten real quick. Hold on.
We
All right.
still need a name for her. So if you have any suggestions for names, let me know.
Oh yes. We'll put her in the next one too and get names, but I want her to
Yeah,
be the thumbnail. So hold on one second.
yeah. She deserves it. Olivia? Oh, you left me.
No, I'm here. I had to switch to my phone.
I was like, where'd she go?
I have to switch back and forth. It's annoying. That's why I usually play the field trip thing to try to switch.
Yeah.
Okay, so here she is. She's so
Little ladybug.
cute. Look at
Oh, look
her.
at her. Look at her little face. She's so cute. And it's so sweet because she's really done a good job. Like my sister, she's been staying with her, and she had a big breakthrough today. Like she tried to introduce her to her husband the other day, and she was so scared. As soon as she saw him, she bolted right under the chair and hid for like an hour. Even after he left, like she still like was hiding for like a good hour, but yesterday my sister, she opened the door and got him to come in again, and she just kind of stared and looked at him, and he was able to give her a treat, and she didn't run away. So she's getting more social and stuff. She's really good with Rachel because Rachel's been working with her for months, but with other people, like new people, she's still got some work to do. But we had a good breakthrough today, and we need some names. So if you have any suggestions, please let us know.
I'm gonna look at her picture tonight more, and then I will give you my 3 names that I come up with. And I name
Yeah.
all of my kids. All of my kids. Of course, I named them. I name all of my friends' kids. It's literally a joke. Like everyone calls me. My friend that was in Japan just called me a couple of weeks ago, and I had to talk to her on the phone for like 3 days in a row, and we finally named her kid. Like it's just a running joke that I name everyone's kids. But I don't know if I'm as good at naming cats. So you all try to help me out, okay? Because I want to
Yeah.
give her like a really crazy name, like a kid name. But
she's a cat. So
Yeah, I made a few suggestions. Like, I think she's a calico, because it looks like she has all the colors. So I suggested like Buttercup because she kind of looks like a little buttercup. I suggested Raja because she sort of looks like a tiger and like some of her markings on her belly and stuff. And then I suggested Chloe because I don't know. I just think like sometimes it's cute when you give animals human names. but
yeah,
I,
no,
I,
I like giving them
yeah.
human names too. I don't know why when I first looked at her, I thought of like she looks kind of like she would be a little sassy too, and I was thinking like
Mhm.
Stassi, like
Aw.
because she's gonna be like sassy. Because I don't like giving
Yeah.
them like I like my animals that well we have left is Bun Bun, and his name is Bun Bun. So and
Aw.
he's a bunny, but but my dogs growing up, like my best friend, my first baby, her name was Aria, but I called her
Aw.
Tinker, and she was my little Chihuahua. And then our family dog that I brought home because I traded a quarter of weed for another Chihuahua and gave it to my
Stop it.
grandma, and he had
Stop
a
it.
watch around his neck, and we named him Flavor Flav. And my grandma agreed to it, and my grandma's dog was Flavor Flav, and it was fucking epic.
Aw. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's so funny. But like literally, we had to kidnap her in a duffel bag because like Rachel, she lives on the second story, and so she went outside with this giant pink like gym bag and like was like holding her and loving on her, and then she put her in the bag real quick and then zipped it up, and then I put down like this it's like what you dust like when you sweep the floor, like what you put the dirt into. It's like one of those with a really long handle, and so I put that down, and she put the handle over the dustpan thing, and I pulled it up really quick because she's really not supposed to have animals in there, and obviously we wanted to get her inside as quick as possible because she was meowing and pissed off and stuff. So luckily it was pretty easy, but unfortunately the mama she's too feral, so there's no way we could have saved her. But at least we got the baby, so that's good at least. So
yeah, the baby will be
yeah,
and can probably adjust and grow up with the
yeah.
kids and everything like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
y'all think of kitty cat names. Let me know anything else you want to talk about, and I will put a
Mhm.
community tab and let y'all know about the live. So I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and you be careful up there, girl, because I know we're about to get a bunch of snow, a bunch of ice down
Oh
here. The
yeah.
road's already iced over down here.
It's gonna start like
Um,
3 in the morning.
oh, it's already started here, so yeah.
Yeah.
So be careful, and if y'all have bad weather or whatever's going on your way, stay warm,
Yep.
stay safe. And yeah, I'm about to walk outside and look at it right now. So love y'all. Have a good night.
Bye guys. Thanks for hanging around.
Holy shit. All right, bye.